Hello, people. How are we? Just let me turn the music down for a bit so that you can hear me properly. Okay. All right. So, how are we all? Let me get into the comments so I can see you all. Hey, Shawana, how are you? You doing well? I can't see what your second comment is because all it shows me is little boxes. Yes, we're all well. We're all good. Just taking a little bit, we just took a little while longer because we were talking. How are you all? Shawana, I hope all is well. Hi, Snow. I've got you written down for the first reading, so don't stress about it. Glad you could make it. Where are you again, Snow? Tell me where you are again. Hey, Liz, how are you? Hi, Mila. There are sounds. Yes, there are sounds because I've got some music going on in the background. I have music going in the background. Is it annoying you, or would you like me to turn it off? Is that what you're saying? You might be able to hear me more clearly. Let me know. I'll turn it off and then I'll talk and tell me what the difference is. Is it better when I've got it off? Don't forget to like the live. Netherlands. I'm working my butter off on the project, and apparently it is going well. Apparently it's going well. Well, you'd know whether or not it was going well, wouldn't you, Liz? Don't forget to like the live, people. Always helps when you turn off the music. Yeah, some people don't actually know that there's a difference, but hi Ash, how are you? There is some on some people's laptops or computers or phones, what it does is it cuts out every time I speak, or when the music's playing, it cuts me out. So how you doing, Ash? You doing okay? I haven't heard from you in a little while. What you been doing? You been working too hard, have you? Thanks, Mila, for sharing us out. And hey, Ange, how are you doing? It sounds choppy. Yeah, it does. Okay, well, so I will leave it off, perhaps, and maybe I can play it on another device so that I can. Actually, that's a good idea. I can stop sharing it to that, and I can play it myself. You guys shouldn't be able to hear this. Just let me know if you can, but you shouldn't be able to hear it. Can you hear the music in the background? Can't hear anything? Okay, good. All right, so I switched off the share screen, so that's good. I can hear it, but nobody else can. He'll be here shortly, Mila. He's had a very, 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 very busy day. So, that's what happens with us readers. We have busy days, and sometimes we lose track of time. Okay, I also shared. He's coming. No music. I can't hear anything. Excellent. I was thinking the same thing this morning. LOL, we need this group call to happen. I've been well, though. Thank you. Just busy working. How have you been? Really good. Thank you, Ash. Busy, doing a lot of things during the day, but also making sure that I have time for myself. Can hear you, but no music. That's what I wanted, Snow, because apparently it interferes with what's going on with me. So I will leave the music off and I'll just play it for me so that I can hear it, because it's very relaxing. It's actually shamanic meditation music drumming, and it uses the throat chakra. So it's like it's Mongolian and it's very deep. I actually like it. I love it. And I like it when it goes that deep. Balance. Yes, balance. That's the biggest thing for a lot of people. And I think, Ash, that's going to be something that will come out tonight as well, because I've been saying this to people all day. It's a matter of balance for all things. Do you want to hear a bit of it, Snow? Let me know, because I can put it up on the screen for you. And I can just stop talking for a minute while you listen to it. Where are we? Just let me know if you'd like to hear it a little bit. Yes, that would be lovely. Okay, so all I want you to do is I want you to just close your eyes and listen for a minute. All right, and then I will start talking again. Okay, how did everybody enjoy that? How cool is it to listen to that? I love it. I just found it recently, so go figure, hey? It was meant to be. Somebody's obviously meant to hear that. So let us know how you're all doing. Again, I did ask before, but let's just see who comes in. Usually people kind of come in, leave, and then come back again. And yeah, it is good, isn't it, Snow? It is good. Good morning, Beck or Becky. It's actually evening here. It's nearly 8 o'clock in the night. It didn't sound great for me, but maybe if I listen directly. Yeah, it's very possible. That's why I stopped talking, Liz. But the link is there if you want it. So, if you want to follow the link. Oh, which reminds me, I better put in my link for donations. Just give me a minute, guys, while I pop the donation link in there. Done. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. Okay, so Ash, my husband all of a sudden heard someone screaming from my phone. How was that for everybody? He responded, loved it. It was great. It was loud and all of a sudden. Oh, so he's talking about the music, Ash? He likes the music. If he likes the music, don't let it go too far up the feed. There's the link there. I was hoping you could tell me how the project is going. Liz, in short, the project is going according to plans. It is going at the pace that it's meant to go at, not at the expectation that you want it to go at. Rose, I can do a reading for you if it's not a donated reading. We've got one person on the list at the moment. If it's not a donated reading, if you ask a question, I can do my very best to answer it, but it will be short. He didn't hear the music. It wasn't loud enough or close enough for him to hear, but he heard your voice coming out of nowhere. It scared him. Oh, I hope I didn't scare him too much. I'm glad it makes you smile, Liz. Okay. So, Rose, did you have a question that you wanted to ask? Good morning, Caroline Dolan. How are you? There's another Caroline. Don't you just love it? I love seeing other people's names spelt like mine. That in itself is a tribe. What I want to say to you, Caroline, is how the fuck are you? I don't know why, but my guides say it like that. So I did. And they're wanting to put a smile on your face. And I want you to know everything is going okay. Everything is going to be okay. Actually, they're saying that it's going to be fine and dandy. I don't know what that means, but that's just how they've said it. It's going to be fine and dandy. Yes, please. Can you tell me if I'm going to get better from my anxiety and back pain? Rose, you have the ability to get better from your anxiety and the back pain. One is feeding the other and then back again. So, what it's doing is your anxiety, if you see it as a person, is speaking to your back pain as a person. And what they're doing is conversing between the two. And it's actually creating issues for you because the anxiety is feeding the back pain and the back pain is feeding the anxiety. Hi, Melanie. What they want you to do is Uh, okay, so they want you to try and go and find a counsellor that can help you with the anxiety. And if that isn't something that you can do, they want you to either talk it out with a friend or um, pick up a book and start reading it, because you need to speak. When that anxiety comes on, they're telling me that you need to speak and speak it out of existence, basically. That's what they're asking you to do. Um, well, they just did Caroline. My brother was told he has, oh no, oh, okay. Or maybe that's what they're talking about, that everything is going to be okay, everything is going to be fine, everything is going to be, they just keep saying fine and dandy, dandy and fine. I don't even know where that comes from. Good morning, Melanie McMahon. If anybody would like to put in a donation, please do. You're helping the Anti-Child Trafficking Fund grow. That would be really great. I send it off at the end of each month. Hello, Lisa Holland Bowles. How are you? You're so welcome, Rose. You're so welcome. Okay, Snow. Some are free, Jess. I'm just about to get into the donated readings. If you're new to the platform, can you please go through and follow my page before you ask any questions? If you do have a question, um, if you do have a question, the answer will be very intuitive. I'm an intuitive tarot reader, and intuitive, a medium, as is my partner when he comes on. Not my partner, my working partner. Um, so, yeah, just make sure that you follow both of the pages before you ask a question. All right, snow, 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 snow. Just remember, guys, that when I read for you, I don't actually remember what I've read for you about. Um, so just let me know, Snow, have you got any questions for me? Will my ex-husband and kids connect with me soon, please? Well, what my guides are saying to me, Snow, is that they're asking you to watch out for the signs. They say because you're so focused on hearing from your ex-husband and your children, that you are missing the important signs that you need in order to move forward. With respect to your question, yes, you will hear from him. I don't usually get dates or times, but they're saying to me they're showing me a 2, so it could be 2 weeks, 2 months, or okay, they're saying it could be February, but I'm hoping, like I said, I don't get given too many things to do with times, that it is 2 months. I don't have children. Oh, sorry. Sorry. That's, my apologies. I looked up Melanie and she asked a question. My so bad. My so bad. Okay, so underneath your name here, what I've written for you is signs. That was Melanie's fault. That was Melanie's fault. All right, so Snow, they're showing me. Don't talk to your ex-husband. Yeah, I'm wondering. I don't know why. Of course you wouldn't be. That was really weird. That was kind of crossed over there, Melanie. All right. Okay. So, Snow, I've got this card in front of me that tells me that there are signs that you're missing. That was for you because I'd actually written that down, and they showed me this card when I picked up your name. All right. They're talking to you about signs that you are missing, and they want you to just sit back a little bit and just take a couple of deep breaths and watch out for those signs. It was Spirit's fault. Yeah. Well, obviously it was intended to be that because otherwise it wouldn't have come through like that. So just let me get this page for you for the signs card. So this particular one here, Snow, um, watching out for the signs. All right. It says they're asking you to pay careful attention to the messages the angels give to you now. They have asked you for you have asked them for a sign, and they are waiting to deliver it to you. Notice and trust the signs. If you've asked for help, just look up and pay attention to the evidence that of their help. The card signifies that your angels are trying to get your attention with these signs. You might ask, you might see a butterfly, you might see a bird flying near you. It could even compel you to, you may hear a song, anything like that. Okay, Snow? So pay attention to the signs. They're also telling me that you need to focus more. It's like for some reason you're not focused at the moment. Why are you not focused, Snow? They're asking you to focus. We need more focus from Snow. Um, I'm highly stressed. Yeah, and focus is always hard when we're stressed. When we're stressed, we can't focus because well, actually, we can. We're focusing on the stress, but they want you to focus on something else so that you're not so stressed. And sometimes it needs for you to step out of your comfort zone in order for you to be able to think about something else. I was in hospital on Wednesday with suspected heart attack. Oh my goodness. Okay, I just have to write that down so I don't forget. But it wasn't, was it? It was just anxiety. It was a stress that brought on the anxiety, which felt like a heart attack. So that's what they're telling me. Yes. Okay. All right. So we need to get this anxiety under control. Yes, Angie, correct. So um, the focus card. Uh, Sometimes it seems that our thoughts choose us, but this is never the case. We also choose our thoughts every moment. Our thoughts always have an effect, and there is no neutral thought. I've never really looked at it that way. 1/2 second before we hold a thought, you decide to hold it. So, with practice, you can learn to monitor and alter your thoughts. Snow. I'll read that out to you again. Our thoughts always have an effect, and there is no neutral thought. 1/2 second before you hold a thought, you decide to hold it. So, with practice, you can learn to monitor and alter your thoughts. This is the equivalent of putting your hand on the steering wheel of your life. And then they've said, you may believe that your concentration abilities are impaired, yet the infallible mind of of source energy is within your own mind. You can experience remarkable feats of concentration by affirming, I am now able to focus my mind at will. Like, you're the one that's in charge. You're the one that's steering the wheel. You're the gatekeeper. You're the person that will allow the flow or not. Okay? Establish the steady stream of thoughts. And they want you to remember to put those thoughts of love in front of the thoughts of anxiety. Good morning, Ruben. So, Snow, they're telling me that will actually help you. That those feelings that we get, those anxiety attacks are just, they're very destructive to us. Now, they're also telling me something about forgiveness. What they're saying is that there is a part of you that can't, that won't let go, that can't forgive something that happened in your past. What is it that you're struggling to let go of? It's like an irritation. It's like an anger that you can't get rid of. And it's making me feel a little off balance, Snow. And they want you to understand that it's taking its toll on you because you're not doing that. I do. I'll do my best. I can feel the warmth now. Okay. Well, I'm sending it to you as I'm speaking to you, Snow. But they do want you to. They do want you to forgive. I got heavily abused, but I thought I forgave. Yeah, but see, that's the thing, Snow. All right, it's going to keep coming back, and each time it comes back, you have to deal with it. It's like an onion. You know, when you think you've peeled it, there'll be another little bit of a skin that you have to take off it, and then another layer and another layer. It's not just one part. It's not whole. All right, it's you have to work through layer by layer by layer by layer. Things come back like this, and they come back to test us. Right. So your resolve is to please let go of that and make sure, you know, when we've been abused as children, what is the hardest part to let go of is that forgiveness of the act itself. Now they're saying that you're not forgiving them for what they did. You're forgiving the situation because you're the one that's holding on to all of this. Is it my partner that we argue a lot? It could be that as well. They're saying to me that whatever comes up for you at the moment, Snow, um, needs to be looked at. Okay. The reason why you argue a lot is because you're in constant protection. You're in constant I need to defend myself mode. So please, when you go into that forgiveness, what you need to do is you need to come up with something that you guys can sit down and discuss without defending yourself. No one can sit there and defend themselves while they're discussing something with a partner. It's just not possible. Right? You have to open the floodgates. You have to be allowed to say what needs to be said without fear that somebody's going to leave. You have to be able to work through those feelings. That's what a partner is there for, to support you with these feelings, to make it a little bit easier for you to be able to get through them. There are a few things that you can put into place, Snow, so that you can not fight anymore, so that you can not argue anymore. He doesn't understand you. Well, he just feels to me like he's not on the same frequency as you do. And the other thing they're telling me at the moment is that his love, his sense of love is not the same as yours. He shows his love a different way. And that's another thing that you can look into. So if you Google, um, I think it's called the 5 different ways of loving someone, and I want you to see if you can figure out which category he fits into. Not that I like putting people into categories, but I want you to see if anything in those 5 categories of love and how people love, if any of them suit the way he is. So it's called the five ways of loving someone. The five. I can't remember the exact I can't remember exactly what it says, but just look up the 5 ways of loving because his is different than yours. There's a lot of things that he went through as a child as well, just like you, albeit different. They're saying that there's a lot of things that he went through as a child that he hasn't worked on yet. That's why the messages called Snow and I have abusive relationships with our husbands, and in my case, my children as well. Yeah. So take it on board, Melanie. All right, just take on board. 5 love languages. Thank you, Ash. The 5 love languages. Yeah. So look into those, Snow. Even if you want to, just put it into Google now so that you don't forget. I know, and yes, he hasn't worked on anything. Yeah. You know what, Snow? Sometimes people are put in our life so that you can teach them. Okay. But there has to be a support. There has to be something in place so that the two of you know that you're not going to leave each other. There's a certain fear that he has and a certain fear that you've got that you won't be able to work through this and therefore the relationship will end. What you need to do is break that barrier and put into place that mechanism like I am not leaving, and he has to say the same thing. I am not going to be leaving. We can work through this. We can deal with this. Now, things come out differently when you're defending yourself as opposed to communicating it. They're telling me it's going to take a little bit of time for this to happen because he doesn't think the same way as you do. They want you to keep working on it because if you don't work this through with your relationship with him, it's going to come back in a different way with somebody else. You have the ability to work through this with him. It's going to take a bit of work for you to do this. The Eight of Pentacles has come up, and with respect to relationships, this is usually what happens. It's going to be hard work to get this going, but you can do it. It's going to take a long time. See the candle? It's going to take a lot of work. But if you've got the understanding, yes, absolutely, Snow. Oops. Okay, so they've just presented me something. They've just said to me, when was the last time you guys went out on a date? When was the last time you guys went to the shopping mall and people watched? When was the last time you did something like that, Snow? I'm cracking up, LOL, I can't remember. Okay, all right, so that's what they're asking you to do. They're asking you to go on a date. What they're asking you to do when you go on this date is, that's very funny, guys. They want you to, he doesn't want to. Well, how do you know unless you ask him? They want you to meet each other somewhere and to introduce yourself. Oh, hi. My name is Snow. It's wonderful to meet you. All of that sort of thing. I told him last week to go on a date. I told him last week to go on a date. You told him. How about you ask him? I did ask. Okay, all right. He said no. Oh, Sonia, you can't tell him. It's not the idea behind what they're saying to me. They're asking when was the last time you guys went on a date. It's a fantastic idea. All right. Okay. And the other thing too is you don't actually, when you're on this date, you don't have to do anything or say anything. What they want you to do is, if you're not comfortable eating over, even if you eat over dinner and don't talk much, then they want you to go and, even if it's for breakfast, okay, it doesn't have to be nighttime. Sometimes it's harder at night time, so perhaps go during the day. And when you finish the breakfast, either go for a walk on the beach or go to a shopping centre and sit and read people as they walk past, and tell your partner what you think that they've been up to, and just laugh about it. Put some joy back into your relationship. No, I said, let's go on a date. It's been years. It's okay, Sonia. Okay, so Snow, even if you have to get creative, okay, if you have to get creative and go and find yourself from the $2 shop or wherever you live, go and get an invitation to ask him out, all right? And just say to him, I would like to invite you out on a date. And if that doesn't work, then just say something like, okay, so I know you've said to me before, you've answered me no, but what I'd like you to consider is, if I were a friend and I asked you to go on a date or to come out with me and have coffee or breakfast, would you like to do this with me? Yes. Okay. Hi, Brianna. How are you? Yeah, so be creative about it and get him out. Once he's out, you just say to him, look, I've absolutely loved every minute of this. You don't have to talk about your problems at all. You just have to sit there and read people. And that will give you an indication. Does he like reading people, Snow? Does he tell you what he thinks of people in shopping centres? I do this all the time. When I go to shopping centres, I walk past a person and I read them. I mean, I don't say anything to them. I just read them. It's just the energy that they give off. It's really hard not to sometimes, and I have to pull myself back sometimes because it's energy that I don't actually need. Um, so yeah, but they're saying you need to get that communication level going. You need to start communicating on some level. And at some point, the two of you are going to have to sit down and say, okay, something needs to give. I love doing this. He loves it too. We used to do that a lot. Okay, all right. So use that as your ace. Okay, go out for a late breakfast. The night before, say to him, look, I would love for you to say yes to me. I would love for you to I would like to take you on a date for breakfast. Would you like to come with me? And just say, look, if he says no, just say, "Look, I really prefer it if we went out. We haven't done something like this in a long time, and maybe we can go out and do a bit of people watching together, and we can make fun of people. I mean, because you need to get through this, you need to find a way to contact each other. You need to find a way to communicate with each other." You've had that there for a while, Brianna. Okay, Snow. You're welcome, Snow. Just give me a minute while I see if there's anything else for you. I will ask him out. Yeah. Get creative and don't stop at one. No, I'm not going to come out with you. This is ridiculous. Don't stop there. Okay? Persevere. If that doesn't happen, if that doesn't work, what I want you to do is to say, "Hey, listen, can you just drive me up to the shopping centre and stick it out with me for a little while? I just don't feel like going in there on my own." Get creative about how you want us to come out, and then just say, "Look, do you mind if we just sit there and do a bit of people watching together like we used to? I miss those times." That's what you just thought, yeah. Try it first to see how you go. Okay? Try it first. I love that you guys are putting the love hearts across the screen for me. Thank you so much. Get some tickets to something. He won't say no, LOL, to a footy game. Oh, well, see, that's another thing. Ash said, to a footy game or a comedy show or something like that. Just say to him, "Look, I've got some tickets lined up." Don't say I've bought them or I'm not buying them. Just say, "I've got some tickets lined up for the local for a footy game, and I was hoping that you would come with me." Whatever you do, don't say that you haven't got them or you have got them. Just say, "I've got them lined up." Yes, it's always important to stay positive, Caroline. Always. If anybody wants to pop in a donation, the list is open at the moment, so please do. Someone needs to breathe in the chat. I don't know who it is, but you need to breathe. So can you please make sure that you breathe from your stomach and lower the shoulders. Just relax and know that everything is okay. It's me sending that love light. Snow, do you have any other questions? I'm just going to have to sit back here for a minute and figure out whether there's anything else that they want me to tell you. Do you drive? Snow, do you actually drive? They're asking you to take a drive out into nature. They're asking you to take a drive to a waterfall. They're asking you to sit by the waterfall and open up a picnic blanket. I do drive, no problem. I'm just breathing at the moment. Right, okay. So you love driving, okay. Is there, okay, so they want you to take like a small road trip and just stop somewhere and stop for the night. Is that something that you can do? Are you blowing me away? Well, they just gave me this information. It's all about getting the two of you together. If you can't do it together, go and do it on your own. But you do need to get out in nature. Find a waterfall. Put your feet in some water. Cleanse the negative energy. And whatever you do, they're saying to me, don't argue with your partner. If you feel like arguing with your partner, just come from a humble place. Right? Come from that place of, I understand that's how you're feeling. Now, that statement doesn't mean that you're giving in to him. It tells him that you understand how he's feeling. Love water. I'm a Cancer. I won't. Okay. Just love. I don't like to argue. Yeah. Just tell him, I understand how you're feeling. I really do. Do you think that we can talk about this a little bit differently than we have in the past, because it's never got us anywhere? I feel like we're both defending ourselves and we're not listening to each other. So when I listen to you, I'm not waiting around remembering what it is that I'm going to give you as an answer. I am listening to you with my heart. Do the very best you can. So go out and visit the water. Go out and hug. Oh, okay. They want you to hug a tree as well, not just sit on the water side on a picnic blanket. They want you to go hug a tree. If you can, take him with you. If you can't, that's okay. Get out of your comfort zone, they're saying. I love hugging trees. I talk to trees. Sure can. Take him with me. Okay. All right. So you've got a lot of options here to look at. Just go back and have a listen to it again if you need to. Snow. Incredibly accurate. I love you. Thank you very much. Oh, you're so welcome, Melanie. You're so welcome. Love and light to you. And please take care wherever you're going. Okay, all right, Snow, that's about all. They're closing the door on me, so I'll listen to it again. Yeah, I can't even. I usually put timestamps on, but for yours I didn't. So I'm hoping it starts at around about the 25-minute mark. I'm talking to the avocado tree for months. It won't grow. Oh no, Sonia, it's winter. Give it a chance. You have to give it a break. You have to let it have its sleep time. You are so welcome, Snow. And Snow, can you just message me and let me know? You're on my messenger, so just message me and let me know how you go with all of this. And remember, I don't remember what I've read to you about, so please just let me know. Just tell me, hey Caroline, the last time you read for me, you told me to, take my partner on a date because we were always arguing, and then let me know how it went. It's my retarded one. It's not retarded, Sonia. It's not retarded. It's going to be the best tree ever. Hey, Hawkeye, how are you? I'm really good, thank you, Rick. What about you? What's happening with you? Have things settled down? Ash, you need to talk to Sonia and get her onto the group chat. And yes, Mila is in the background there somewhere. Let me have a look at this. Yes, um, come on in whenever you're ready. Here he is. Here he is. Are you on mute? You're on mute.
Hey,
There he is. There
hey,
he is. So
how
I
you
just
doing?
I just finished doing a chat with Snow. She actually had sent in some funds earlier in the week because she didn't want to miss out on doing the first read. So I've just finished her reading, and we were just having a little conversation with everyone.
Okay, so yeah,
Last
hold on.
time you read for me, I think you said 11 and to me to let me out. I don't know what that means. Snow. Um, Tariani says, "Where's Locky?" This is where Locky is.
Hey,
Right here. That was
I
up in
got
the
like a
fence.
quick. Sorry, I missed snow before, but I
Yeah.
wanted to say when I seen a photo, I seen a lot of like pink energy, but then got told there's gonna be some creativity, like there's like an inspire and creativity type of epiphany thing I kind of see for snow happening, where it's like this energy that's coming through is going to be where sorry I'm just trying to like I'm picking up a lot of energy, but that creative energy is going to give her flow to the way I'm seeing it is walk in the step in the confidence that she desires to live in is what I'm going to say. So
Yeah.
this creative energy is like not just creative as in art or anything, it's creative as in aspects throughout everything, like
Did you hear any of the conversation? Did you hear any of the reading that I did for her?
no, I was in the bathroom getting ready.
It kind of fits in well with that because what I was telling Snow was that cause she's having a bit of trouble with her partner, and I said to get creative. Hello,
Oh, okay.
get
Yep.
creative. and try different ways of getting him out, and so that they don't keep defending themselves in it. So she's just resonated with what you said.
It makes
So
sense to why it was pink too, because the
yes,
pink energy always represents
yes,
sweet to me, like the lollipops
yes,
and like
yeah,
all that. So like always reminds me of lollies and sweet. So yeah, that would
yeah,
yeah. Oh, true.
absolutely, absolutely. Tatiani says we miss you, Locky.
Oh, it's been a while. I
Yes,
miss
Locky.
doing lives, honestly. It's been
Well, you've been busy. You've been busy.
busy, busy.
Don't
That's
worry
it.
about it. She's got lots of love hearts for you.
Busy.
Where are we? Sonia,
So
Locky.
I need to cough. 2 seconds.
That's fine. Yep. I had to pop in to see you both together. So we've got your power backs. I've got your power back, you said. Oh, okay. Get your power back. Yes, get your power back, Snow. Absolutely.
Sorry, I've got the
No,
flu,
that's
so I cough.
okay.
Yeah.
You do sound a bit nosy, but you seem to be handling it.
It's moisturizing cream and like all that stuff
Yep.
make
Oh,
does
doesn't it
wonders.
hurt though?
Oh,
Doesn't
then
it
it
hurt?
hurts so bad, like my nose is
Yes.
red, like. But I've got on the cold and flu tablets pretty quick,
Yep.
so it's helping. But I can feel it starting to go down to my chest a bit more the last like day.
Yep.
So just got to probably start getting onto the asthma puffers or something. Bring it up.
Yeah. Did you get some lemons?
No, I did not. I'll have to get some. I don't.
I'm,
Yeah.
I'm
Well.
going to message Joel and I'm going to tell him myself if you don't.
Yeah. Do it. Do it. And people keep saying honey and ginger too.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't like ginger.
You can put it up in the vitamizer and you won't even know.
Oh, true. True.
Do you
Mm,
remember that green juice we always tried to get you on before?
don't
Well,
even
it's not
want to
green
get
juice,
me.
but what you can do is you can put it in the vitamizer and just you won't even know it's there. But
True.
when I have a cold or a flu, I always go for the honey, lemon, and warm water, warm to hot, because I've always done that, even as a kid.
Yeah. Warm water just tastes funny to me. I don't know. I can't stand warm water.
What about hot water then, like a cup of
Yeah.
tea?
Yeah. See. Oh, that's different. That's now that you put it in that perspective, that's different. But
Yeah.
like warm water itself, like always, just like hot water, always, yeah. But with my coffees and tea, I have them very strong, so it's
Yep.
not so watery almost. So
So
yeah,
even Snow says lemon juice and ginger, and so
ginger.
yeah, I'm not so sure that he would like the apple cider vinegar. Snow,
Mm.
he's kind of one of these guys that goes,
Yeah, yep. I just have so many issues with that, like textural issues and.
yes.
Uh,
Sharon had a lavender essential oil, ginger,
mm.
and something else in the bath and helped her. It'd be, yeah, except, well, don't people have issues getting out of the bath? I always feel so heavy after I get out of a bath. I let the water out of let it go down the drain, and I just feel so heavy that it's really hard to get out of the bath.
I don't have one in the house that I'm in at the moment, so it's like. Oh, I miss them though. I'm a pretty big bath person. I always have
Are
been.
you?
Like, yeah, I've always like used to like don't judge steal my neighbor's roses.
Oh, oh, you.
But mind you, they were like really, 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 really old, like elderly. They were really elderly,
Yep.
and like didn't really care for this bush. So I just took all the
Yes.
roses, dried them out, and put them in my bath, just because it was nice.
Well, warm water is supposed to be really good for your Rick, because when you drink
Yeah.
cold water, it actually freezes it freezes everything. It doesn't freeze it, but you know the meaning. When you get that head rush when you drink something really cold, when you drink
Mm.
cold water like that, it actually does that to the inside of your body, and that's not good. So, warm water, as in room temperature or something like that, is always best. That's
That's
why.
why they say that's what you should do every first morning, in the first thing in
Yes.
the morning, and with lemon and like supposed to
Yeah.
have it warm water and stuff. Oh,
I've learned pregnant. I've learned pregnant. Learned heavily pregnant, don't pull the plug out before you get out. Yeah, but you see, the thing is, Sonia, you think, okay, so Sonia, have a think about this, all right? You pull the plug out, you've got to get out of the bath anyway. What's the difference between having water in the bath or not having it in the bath? Your body still has to get out of the water.
Well, it somewhat makes it lighter. I don't know.
How?
I
It
don't
just
know. I'm trying.
makes a difference by about this much, doesn't it?
That's true. That's true. That's like I'm trying to really think of it. Yeah, logically it doesn't make sense, but like feels like it makes sense. I used to
I
have
used to.
school.
No access to a bath. Okay, I've got a bath, but I very rarely use it. And somebody sent me ages ago, sent me some um, beautiful, beautiful smelling Epsom salts mixed in with aromatherapy oils and all of these little leaves. And I should note the word should get in the bath and use them, but I haven't.
Mm.
I prefer to stand in the shower.
I like the little shower steamers you can get though. They're good for like showers, and you still get that kind of the same sense with the lavender and and you just put them in there
What
and
is
they steam with this shower steamer things. You just put them in the corner of your shower and it steams with your steam, and it's just like lavender, or you can get like lemongrass and stuff. But I'm pretty sure you'd want to go probably to like a proper bath shop to get it, where you can
okay.
get like so it's
Not
actual
heard,
like yeah. But
not heard of it.
I showed you ages ago, like last year, and it was like the ones I got were like pretty cheap, but if you
Yeah,
get the proper spend that little bit extra, they're just
yeah.
like yeah.
Oh my god, that sounds beautiful. Oh, guess what I bought this week? Well, guess what I got this week? You know how
What?
Palo Santo, we've got the Palo Santo sticks,
Yeah,
like
yeah,
this, like
yeah.
those ones. I bought some oil,
Oil. Oh, nice,
two
nice.
essential oils. Palo Santo cost me
Yeah,
an absolute fortune, so I have to be really careful how much I use because I tend to overuse it.
yeah, yeah.
Oh my god, it was so nice, so nice. The hell, get in there. Get in where? Get in. Where am I going,
In the
Rick?
bath.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I will think about that, Rick. What does two squares mean? What
So
is that?
that's. I think we're not updated with the recent emojis, so that would be an emoji, but we can't see it because we're not
Ah,
up like with
okay.
that update. Ash, it's
But
been like years. It needs definitely need to catch up. I'm planning a road trip down to like Newcastle and Sydney eventually. Have to try out Melbourne. That's like
yes. Oh yes, you do.
yeah, like sorry, I'm about to cough. Sorry.
Okay. Careful where you sit. Yes, I will be careful where I sit. Oh my God, I just want to squeeze you, Locky, squeeze Locky's cheeks. I miss him. Ha ha ha. Overdue for a catch up. Ash is hearing what you're saying. Rick's not wearing the plug. Not near the plug. No, don't sit near the plug. No, don't sit near the plug. Um,
Yeah. I feel like I'm also picking up someone else in this audience is pretty sick too. Like I feel that like I just that cough I
yep,
felt was like kind of not only just mine. I was like, oh, like
somebody else's as well.
yeah, you can tell. Do you get that where you can
Yep.
feel you can
Yes,
actually separate? It's cool.
yes.
Separate the two.
Um, I don't know who it is, but who's not feeling well, who's got a cold, or who's got a really bad flu. I mean, I'm very
Mm,
careful with the way I say that because when I say I've got the flu, I'm actually down and out and I cannot get out of bed. When I
yeah,
have a cold, I'm walking around the house doing the things that I need to do and it's pissed me off,
that
basically.
cough that I felt wasn't mine, I was leaning more towards that felt like
Yeah,
when I
somebody
heard
else's.
whooping cough. Remember whooping cough?
Yes,
That's
yes.
when I that's the type of cough where I was like, that's separate to what I'm going through now. And I'm like, that's someone might have like a cough that's real, yeah,
Yep. Well,
really
Snowfish is really sick at the moment,
uh
so it's very possibly her. And we've
I
got
would
Mila.
say
We've got Mila for a donated reading shortly, so we'll just keep chatting for a second or two.
yeah. I'd say with that, for anyone that is sick, we just constantly like it's like coughing. I'm just constantly going to that like eucalyptus and Vicks, like smelling all that. That's yeah. I feel now's the time. Like I'm gonna say it in a good way. Now's the time to remember the way your grandparents taught you when you were sick, if that makes sense. So
Yeah,
like do all that like things your grandparents would do, cough medicine, all this stuff. As we get older, we ignore that. Like when we're sick. Sorry.
yeah. Do you actually take cough medicine? I never have
I
ever.
don't take cough medicine, but I feel like I should. Like I feel like I should be. Oh,
Uh,
sorry, wheezy.
you need to cough again.
Yeah, I do. Sorry, hang
Cough,
on.
go cough. Go do what you need to do. Welcome to my club. Um, uh, Rick, are you picking up any sort of Rick? What's going on with you? Are you picking up on gifts that you have? You're tuning in a little bit more than what you used to. Honey, lots of honey. Yeah, the honey is an antibacterial as well. When I was last time when I wasn't feeling well, and I don't, it's not often I don't feel well, but when the last time it was that I wasn't feeling well, I had actually forgotten about it, and I get local honey, which I have to go out and get again. But I would take a teaspoonful of that, and I would just slowly put the honey in my mouth, and it just made my throat feel so much better in my chest. Turmeric, honey, and ginger. Yep, I've got honey and ginger tea bags, Rick, and I'm not sure. I don't think it's got turmeric in it. So you are tuning in. Okay, this is good. Um, yeah. Okay. Today I asked Denise Vertical if she was from Naples, and she said yes. Who's Denise Vertical? Today I asked Denise Vertical if she was from Naples, and she said yes. What does that mean? I'm kind of lost. Is that supposed to be something funny? Oh, Vertucci. Vertucci. Okay. I want you to keep tuning into that because it will help you in your daily life as well, Rick. You're another one of these people, Rick. I'm just tuning into you at the moment. You're another one of these people that needs to take a big, deep breath and slow your pace down. They're saying that you might think that you're resting, you might think that you're doing nothing, but what they want you to do is absolutely do nothing. Slow it down. Allow yourself time for you to get those messages that you're getting. And the other thing they're saying, Rick, is why are you putting so much pressure on yourself at the moment? It's like you feel like you're under pressure to get something or do something, um, or you feel like all eyes are on you. Mm. Keep talking, keep questioning yourself, Rick. Keep analysing things. And I'm not usually a person that says analyse things because it gets you out of your heart, but they want you to keep analysing your thoughts. That's what they're saying to me. My God, I've been on the couch all day. Yes, but doing what? Rick? Doing what? And obviously you need this, all right? Job searching, see? Out of money. So you weren't doing nothing, you were doing something. Yes, Ellie, you can ask a question, and then we'll get on to Mila. Sorry, go on.
With Hawkeye,
Yeah,
this is the card that I got was impulsive, but looking at it, this is like all the different options they have, and this person has to sort through each like option they have, and then when I see that impulsive, I see that as just taking that leap of faith and just jumping for it. So what I would say is look at every option possible and just go for it, if
yeah,
that makes sense. So right now, I would say there might be a couple of jobs you will sit there and be like, but I might not be fully qualified, but that sounds amazing, or something like that. Just jump the gun for it, just go for it. Like, just jump it, but also look at all your options, all your options, just really think about it and then just jump the gun for anything that you feel
do it.
calls your name.
Just fucking do it, Rick.
And then I pulled the card Astonished. So that's where, like, you'll be surprised if you just jump for it. You'll be surprised how, like, it will fall into place, even if you have that doubt at that time. Like,
Yes, open it up. They're saying just open it up. Like that. As Locky was saying that, I'm just getting this picture of your path widening.
mm,
They're just showing me that. Just widen the path a little bit so that you can get out of that comfort zone that you've been in, because they're also saying that you don't give yourself enough credit for the work that you can do. You are capable of learning so quickly, Rick. You're going to do higher taxi driving soon. Ooh, go you. Okay, so Ellie. Sorry, here we go. After Ellie, we'll do Mila.
yeah.
Hello, dear. So I just wanted to explain a bit. I'm an 18-year-old from Italy. I am on the verge of going to university. The problem is I'm really torn about what major to pick. My options are economics, international relations, psychology, architecture. I would like to know where I would be most successful. Which one are you being drawn to, Ellie? Which one are you being? Sorry, go on.
That's another thing where look at your options, find what calls your heart, like calls to your heart, and then just jump for it, go for it. So,
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay, Ellie. Okay, so you've just turned 18. This tells me that okay. Sorry, they're giving me so much information at once. It's hard for me to talk. I can't talk that fast. Just slow it down. Just stop for a minute. Okay, so they're saying to me that the most important part of this is that you get into uni, Ellie. Once you're in uni, this is when you can start changing things up. My options are economics. Okay, so you're on the verge of going to uni. Guys, get in there, all right? Get in there and, sorry, I'm really sorry. They're just talking at 1,000 miles. Is this something that you do, Ellie? Do you talk at 1,000 miles an hour? They're very difficult fields, so it's difficult.
Yeah.
Okay, but they're saying to me that once you get into uni, you should be able to swap and change or do whatever it is that you want to do, but you have to get in there first. So when you go in, they want you to choose the options that will open up the doors to whichever field you go into, because they're saying to me that you can't do one without the other, without the other, without the other. So choose the options that are base for all of them. Don't worry, it could be Mercury retrograde. Yes, but are you the sort of person that talks fast, Ellie? Do you talk fast, Ellie? It feels like I'm all over the place at the moment and I can't figure out what to do, and they're kind of racing.
Hyperactive.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. Haha. Okay, so all right, they're laughing at you, Ellie. They want you to just slow down and breathe. You're 18 years old, and they want you to know that you've got your whole life to sort
Mm.
through this. All right. So just slow down. They are telling me that you need to choose the ones that are the baseline for any avenue that you want to take. Now, is that something that's possible, Ellie? A couple of those subjects are going to be used in um, what did you say before? I have to look at this back. About what major to pick. I'm not quite sure what that means. I'm guessing that there is a baseline. Okay, so now they're telling me that you need to go and talk to somebody at the uni about it. Once you've got the entry into uni, they want you to go and talk to somebody about it in there.
I was actually going to say, when you said talk to someone, I was going to say there's options inside the uni. I feel like that are like
Yep.
separate but still just as beneficial. And I feel like I could see her talking to someone and then being like,
Yep.
we have this, which would be perfect for you. And then we've got this that you could do just as like a,
Yep.
spare time side thing, which will also,
Mm-hmm.
you know.
Yep. I agree. Yes, career advisor, absolutely. Okay, Ellie, that was supposed to be a short freebie, so hopefully that has helped you. Mila, where are you? Mila! Oh, going down to your chest, is it?
Yeah, I'm just like trying to breathe it out, trying to just make
Yeah.
sure I don't, yeah.
Down here. Down, lower it from your stomach.
Yeah.
Here she is. Here she is. Here
Oops.
she is. Okay, so hiding. You're not hiding, darling. You've been busy working. I've actually forgotten how to work like that, Mila. Like I used to work 5 days a week, come home, run a household, and I honestly, when people say after they've retired they don't know how they did life before, I cannot even imagine holding down. Although I do my own home business, but I can't imagine getting up at 7 o'clock anymore, having breakfast, going to work, being there at 9, coming home at 5, making my dinner, watching something on the telly, and then going to bed. I can't imagine myself doing that anymore.
Nah. Ooh. It's full on, and then there's some people that do some serious heavy duty work and do that,
Yes.
and they can even do that 6 to 7 days a week. Like some people don't even get weekends; they're just working
Yeah.
all the time. Like
Yeah.
lose track of how many days they've worked in a row. Like,
I used to do that
nah.
with
See,
my
we've
first.
all gotta you gotta like break. You gotta get out of that cycle as well sometimes and
Yep.
step away from just the normal. Like, uh,
Okay, Mila. Actually, I'm gonna let Locky take the lead on this one, if he's okay with that.
yeah, just tapping into Mila's energy.
You're so welcome, Snow.
There's something I want to say with Mila. What I'm seeing with Mila is I could see Mila walking, and then I can just see like sunshine at her feet, but then a cloud over her head that just keeps lingering, and it's like Mila keeps shooing away this cloud, and like moving forward, but still somehow shooing this cloud that keeps shooing over her head. But then I can see Mila stepping away from the cloud stopping, and her walking away from the cloud. So I don't know if at the moment you've seemed to have just this pestering, annoying energy that's just been around, kind of. I'm going to say the energy seems like it's nitpicking at Mila. It just seems like it's just, it's like some pinch in her butt as she's walking, trying to just be annoying and drag her down. But Mila's pretty strong. So I see her like really shooing it away. But I can actually see that easing. So I'm not too sure if. Okay, so I can see this energy for Mila easing where there's something's picking at her butt. Does that mean something's pestering Mila? And I'm going to say I see that easing, and that's where I got the card fascinated. But with that, I can just see that when I see Mila stepping away from the cloud, it's a sense of freedom. So I don't know if Mila feels like she has a lot of responsibility with this thing, like this energy that's pestering Mila, but I can sense a lot of just freedom off her shoulders. And that's the first thing that I got. Sorry, the first image that I just seen for Mila was her walking away from whatever cloud that's like nitpicking at her, and yeah.
Walking away, removing something, getting rid of something. Page of Swords.
Really, yeah. Putting her foot down, if that makes sense. I can see her really putting her foot down, and it just like that cloud just stops, and then Mila just is like, oh, like that sunshine is not being blocked anymore. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So I do see that responsibility easing, and then I see what is like the recycle logo. So I can see right now it's like she's. Okay, I don't usually do dates or anything, but I'm picking up a timeline. There's something for Mila within. Okay, so just I don't know how to explain it. 2 weeks. I'm picking up 2 weeks, but then I'm picking up 3 weeks in between the 2 weeks and 3 week period. So there's going to be two situations, I'm going to say. First one's going to happen in 2 weeks, and the one after that's going to happen a week later in 3 weeks. So, okay. There's something that's going to have to happen in sections of growth, is how I'm seeing it too. Okay, so I could just see this growth that's happening in sections, and I see that in 2 weeks there's going to be this recycled energy. Does that make sense? That's where the energy is going to start recycling. Then a week later is when something's going to happen that's going to make you be able to like have something to look forward and move forward to with a new path or new vision. Am I wording that right, Caroline?
Right.
Sorry.
Yes.
Coming in 2 weeks. Okay. So that's going to be the recycle of growth. But then there's something a week later that's going to happen, and that's going to give you something to really, really look forward to and really like hold on to, if that makes sense. And it's opening up a new path, and that's going to help relieve a lot of that cloud that's over top of you now, because you have something way too exciting to look forward to. It's like, fuck the stresses that are going on now. Like, I got something better to look forward to, So I do see that happening within the next 2 weeks, and then the third week is when this thing for you, for this growth happens. But in 3 weeks, that shift in energy is being cycled, I see, recycled for her. So that's where things are going to change. And having your family come overseas, I think, is going to just, there's going to be some moments where you're going to be like, ugh, like, I wish I was alone, I do feel like it's going to be pretty moments where it's like there's a lot of people. But then I see, things really dying down. Sorry, I need a cough. Sorry.
That's all right.
Okay, so, yeah. With your, I wish I lived alone with my daughter, but I still. Yeah. So I'm not too sure if at the moment, because I got the card misunderstand, and I'm not too sure if there is like you're having misunderstandings with people, or I just see it's like I have some sort of clash with someone because it's like the communication isn't being understood between each other, if that makes sense. So I feel like I like, yeah, misunderstanding each other's communication, and I see that just causing this like muddled up energy, if that makes sense.
And with that, Locky, what I'm getting is this: the need for her to stand up for herself, and the need for her
Mm,
to actually be heard. The Queen of Swords. You can see this, all of this energy here. This is all feelings. The ocean is all feelings, and she's sitting. It's on the precipice of feelings that she is standing against. Right, and she has to step up and go through that and make sure that she's heard.
mm. See, that's funny because the second card I got then was understanding.
Yeah.
So that's where sharing, I do see that like energy that is a bit like off from the misunderstanding clearing. And then I do see a good sense of understanding with like sharing of wisdom and communication and like knowledge. So I do see there being that understanding. I see like, I do see maybe there might be some conversations about that, but I do feel with this visit, you're going to feel that there is going to be that understanding by the end of it, if that makes sense. I feel like the trip might not be too focused about you not visiting reunions, them just enjoying the time being with you. Does that make sense? So then that's going to make you feel that better, like, oh, they didn't really give me hate for not being able to go there as much as you thought they would. Does that make sense? So
Mm.
it's like that makes you feel like, oh, okay, like they got that bit more of an understanding. Like, does that make sense?
Yeah.
I do see this being like a good trip, like a visit in the end. Like,
Yeah, I just picked up that card. I
yeah.
just picked up that card and I put it away, and I thought, fucking, He's gonna say something about that. I betcha. You just did. I got a travel card of some sort too, so I don't know whether she's going away or not. I got to try and find the card now. Keep going.
Yeah. I just do see though, within the next 2 weeks, if Mila can try to just push through this like energy that's going on, I'd say that cloud that's going on, and know that like I feel within the next 2 and 3 weeks, you're gonna just notice a lot more to look forward to, if that makes sense. And the stress is gonna ease. It's that energy is about to be recycled, if that makes sense.
So there's the travel card that I picked up before.
Oh,
It's going to happen. Oops. Oh my goodness me! I'll be back in a sec.
yeah. Similar. Mhm. That's exactly it. And sorry, I'm getting this. Now, I'm not too sure if where you are at the moment it's like very loud or busy, but it's like I feel like I'm at a shopping center. So I'm not too sure if I know. Is your work very loud, like a shopping center, majority of the days, with like people talking? You could just hear it all over because I feel like I'm at that shopping center. You're on mute.
No, I was just reading what she'd written. I'm not getting involved with my siblings or their drama. I'm just going to do what I need to do for myself and my daughter, and that's exactly where your priorities need to be, Mila. When Locky was talking about you and reaching and getting out or doing these family reunions or whatever it was, my guide said, "Why can't you have one of your own?" Can you put together something on one of your days off, Mila, when your family comes from overseas? Are you able to do one of your own? And let's see who turns up to that. The hospital is very loud, she said.
Yeah. So I was getting that noise where it's like you just sound like you can hear a crowd of people, and I felt like that was all the time. So I did feel like I would like, sorry, there's a lot of like stuttering. So I don't know if there's a lot of like hesitance for Mila, like being hesitant in some sort, but I keep getting hesitant, if that makes sense. Feeling like I'm being pulled back.
She's pulling herself back probably because she feels that if she says anything to her family, she'll explode.
Mm. I feel like it's best because that noise was getting very, very loud, and then it just went dead quiet. So I feel like you, it. I really want to suggest if you can just find a place, if you can, in your house where you can just make no noise, like zero noise, where you can almost hear your ears ringing, as annoying as that is. But like, I just feel that noise of so many people around is just so overwhelming. I need to just be dead quiet for just even 20 minutes.
Nobody turns up when I organised it. Well, Mila, what is this telling you? What is this already telling you? That they're saying to me that there's a certain expectation that your family have on you that's unrealistic. Right? You put it out there that you want to put out a family gathering, a family get together, and nobody turns up. Well, hello, seriously? You don't turn up to mine. This is
Mm,
when I can do it. How do I come to yours when I'm working?
mm,
I got a card number 81 that talks about leadership. And I have no idea why they're asking me, but I'm going to show it to you anyway. I only have, the only time I have time to is myself at night time. Yeah, absolutely. Mila, they're showing me this card here, 81, which is number 9. It adds up to 9, and it's called leadership. And it talks about being the type of leader that can gather others or guide others um, that are less capable than yourself. So, in your family's instant, um, they're less capable of understanding where you're coming from. So they want you to make sure that you lead yourself and that you don't take on board their emotions and the things that their expectations of you. Don't let them put that on you. Um, it can apply these type of leadership roles can also apply to your work, and they're saying in particular family or a circle of close friends. By drawing this card, you are being encouraged to have the confidence in your ability to motivate and inspire those who accompany you on your path. Yes, I know, and it's always been like that, Caroline. My siblings think they can control me and my daughter, but they can't. No, absolutely. I totally get that, Mila. You're the person in the family that feels like the black duckling of the family, all right? So, and this is where your strength is, all right? This is your strength. So you make sure that you hold it there. So the card also indicates a role as a leader in your field. So Mila, did you go for a different job? Did you actually go for a job where your skill set would change or perhaps lead a group of people? Did you go for that job? I don't remember what job it was. All I know is that it came up in a reading that you were going to perhaps give another job a go. Yes, I need to stay strong and don't let them bother me. It's pretty hard to do, Mila. It is hard. Um, And sometimes you have to switch off to them completely in order for you to make your point. No, I didn't go for that job. I didn't feel right. Okay, all right. Well, the right one will come along. So it also says you may choose to rise to the top of your game with a unique talent, or to lovingly lead others to a new and improved way of life. Either way, it's time to step up to the plate and adopt a position of authority for which you have a natural ability to lead. And that the affirmation for that particular card is, I lead others and in turn serve a higher purpose. So with your families, in your family's instance, I believe that your strength um, is showing them that they can't always get their own way with you, that they can't always have their own way, and that there is another way of dealing with issues that they're not looking at. And they've just shown me another card, and it's talking about parenting, and they're saying this is what she needs to be doing. And they're saying to me that this is your priority, as you said before, was your parenting skills for you and your daughter, always putting your daughter ahead of your family, which is exactly what you should be doing. But they're saying also that it feels like you are parenting some of your siblings because they don't know which way is the right way. What they're not doing is listening to you like teenagers do when they don't listen. Yes, they can't always get their own way, not even with my daughter. That's why my daughter doesn't want to go to the family reunion. And she has every right not to, Mila. She has every right not to. She doesn't need to go. The only reason that she would go is for you, so that you don't feel like the odd one out. That's why she goes with you. You intuitively know exactly what to do, Mila. It's like this whole thing is going to move you forward in such a way, and it feels like it's shit at the moment. It feels like shit with you and your family, and you have to go through this in order to get to a different place in your life. They want you to stay disciplined within yourself and keep going the way you have been.
I was making a coffee. Sorry.
No, it's fine. Don't apologise.
If Mila doesn't mind me asking, can I please ask how old is her daughter? Because I keep seeing her as a 40-year-old in a kid's body. So like, I am curious to know how old she is because she seems so wise when I pick up on her energy all the time. So I'm like, God, she must be like very wise, I reckon. 12. Okay. I was gonna say she seems very mature, very,
Yeah.
very, yeah.
That's why Mila and her daughter get on so well. They
Yeah.
like each other's backs.
And it's crazy how
Kind of reminds me of somebody
loyal.
else.
It's very loyal. How like she seems just that loyalness, that definitely got your back type of energy. Like, yeah. She's like my mom. Yeah. So, yeah.
And, it's good that the two of you have got each other through all of this ordeal because having your daughter here and your daughter having you to get through this is what is going to change it up. Like it gives you the strength, it gives you the willpower to stand up. I don't believe I've got any more for you, Mila. Okay. All right. Okay. They're just saying to me, you need to do something about your finances, Mila. Okay. That was left of center, guys. Seriously? Doesn't like anything messing with me or talking about bad behind. Yeah. Oh, sorry.
No, you're right.
Yes, this is good. Mila, finances. They want you to change your finances up. They want you to deal with. They're saying they're actually they're taking me into a disaster area. It feels like things are not. You haven't got control of it. It feels like it's out of control, but it's quite easy for you to put it back into control. Are they fibbing to me? They wouldn't be fibbing to me. What they want you to do is um, acknowledge this. Once you acknowledge it, you can do something about it, Mila. Just let me know in the comments. You okay?
Yeah. Trying to hold back. I don't know whether it's like a sneeze or just like something. You know, when you get it in the
No,
back.
don't hold it back.
I'm trying not to, but it feels like it's there, but it's not. So I'm like,
Yeah.
yeah. Yeah.
But I need
I
to balance.
I have one of those little Vicks things that you smell,
Yes,
but I
yes.
lost it. I don't know where the freaking hell it's gone, but that's been my lifesaver the last few days. But
You and I need to talk about what you have to get from the chemist. You seriously have to get what I tell you to get.
yeah, well, that Vicks stuff I've never had before, but it goes right. Like
Yep.
it's like I've been shot when I smell it, so it's like it helps with the
Good.
yeah,
Keeps it clear, does it?
yeah, yeah, it does.
All right. Okay, Mila. Well, I don't know why they're showing me the disaster area then. Maybe they're just saying that you could improve on your finances, but they made it look like a mess. I don't know why. Mm. All right, guys, we have caught up on the donation list. If anybody would like to put through a donation, please do for an in-depth reading. That would be great. Otherwise, we can just do some messages for people.
Hey, I got suggestions though. The glands, you know those big things on the side of your neck that swell up when you're sick?
Yeah, the glands. Yeah, your
Big.
glands.
What
Yep.
is the best way to like ease that? Because like my neck is like stiff and sore, so that's just the one thing that like hot.
They're swollen because you're not well.
Yeah.
There's not much you can do for that. When I get a sore neck like that, because I have one in particular gets swollen, the only thing I can do is just rub it.
Rub it. Yeah.
Have you got some? What about some Vicks? Can you put some Vicks on that?
Only in that like little sniff thing.
No, that's
That
not
I
good
need.
enough.
I need
Or
proper Vicks. Yeah.
some heat, lymph nodes. Yeah, yeah. Oh my God, Locky, you even from my family. I feel like I was smothered in Vicks from half of my childhood. That's because I'm so good, Ash.
Mum did. Mum did. She was like
Yes.
full on with it, but like as I got older, I think I don't know.
You forgot it. Mm-hmm. I need to bring up my
know.
finances again because I like it where I used to be. That's probably why they're showing you. Okay, all right. Eat Vicks.
Yeah.
Gargles. Eat Vicks. Eat it.
Eat Vicks.
Zoe Maria. Eat it. Well, I don't know about that. I don't know about that.
I think yeah, eucalyptus oil in hot water bottle and towel.
Yes.
Yeah, that sounds
Yes.
nice.
Well, have you got a heat pack? Have you got that heat pack yet from the chemist?
No, no.
Another thing I have to talk to you about. Heat pack.
Too bad.
And no.
You can eat Vicks. That's crazy. I didn't know you could.
Uh,
I used to put on my lips, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, yeah.
Mm.
Well, I used to always have it on my chest, and what I used to do was put it. My mum used to give me a hanky, and the hanky had Vicks in it, and she used to
Yeah.
slip it underneath my pillowcase so
Yeah.
that my head was on the pillowcase that I could smell it.
That's what I've been craving, is that old style care that, like, I don't know, I
Oh,
remember, like, mum used to always put the Vicks and the long sleeve shirts on, and, like,
yeah,
oh, that's what I feel like,
yeah. I get
uh,
it. I
love
get it.
that.
Put Vicks
Yeah.
on your pillow. That's what my mum used to do. I don't do it as an adult because I found something else that's so much better for me for my nose, and I can actually breathe through my nose when I get a cold, which is not very often. Touch wood.
Yeah.
It doesn't happen all that often, but when it does, and then it seems to go from my head down to my chest, which is what's happening for you at the moment, Locky. It's going down to your chest.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it breaks up down there.
Yeah. They need to, like, I need to just work on my lungs in general, so that way I'm not so.
You need to go for a walk to do that. You need to.
I know. Mm. I have a lot of work I got to do.
You'll
All these
you'll
sort of
do it.
Mm.
You'll do it. Taste yuck, but if you can get it down, it helps with the cough and decongestant.
I could imagine how well it would work if you did eat it. Like,
Oh,
I could imagine, but I couldn't. Yeah. Oh.
just like you and the green drink. I don't think I could ever actually do that. Rick said before something about the Vicks Vapor Rub drops, Vicks Vapor drops. You know the ones that you buy, the
Yes.
little lollies.
Ollies and yeah,
Yeah.
yum. So this is all I'm gonna bring in old memories of when I was
Yes,
sick and how my nan, like Nin, yeah.
Vicks and Vegemite straight. Oh my God, this is getting worse.
This is worse. What is like? Nah.
Seriously? Oh my God, terrible. That's not good. Vicks and Vegemite. Okay, all right. Let's get back to doing some readings, guys. We have 11 people here. Let me know who's sitting in the background. Michaela, come in and say hello and ask a question. I can see you sitting in the background there, so come say hello. Hey, Ange, glad to have you back. Oh my God, remember Mum having those all the time, Sonia Kelly, always in her handbag. No Vegemite and Vicks, no way. Hello, Michaela. So, all of you who are sitting in the background, come and ask a question. We are available for questions.
She was just hiding.
So, obviously, Michaela knows Sonia.
She was just hiding.
Ashsini, she was just hiding smoking, but I haven't had them now. Joanne, how are you? Hi from Birmingham in UK. Hello, Joanne. How you doing? Come in and say hello and ask a question. You know, we've got the list is clear at the moment, so please do.
True.
I
Onion.
can smell.
I know. I felt like I could.
Oh,
Why is it
onion.
always like gross shit that helps the most though? Like
Yes.
it is.
People say that they put the onion in their bedroom when they go to sleep at night time and in the morning, or is that a lemon? I think it's an
At their
onion.
feet?
Huh?
At their feet?
Yes.
Yeah.
And it seems to make them better the next day or in a couple of days.
Like bunions or something. When people have bunions or something, they put something in their socks and wear socks to bed.
Yeah, but it's more than bunions. It's just for anything. It actually
like
drains the body of all of that. I've got some of those patches on for my feet. I haven't used them yet, but I've got those patches that apparently draw out all the toxins out of your body.
Yeah. Remember when you got that thing on your face? That like
Yes, yes.
I've been thinking about that a lot. I don't know why. Like, that
Have
was
you?
cool. Yeah, I don't know why.
It's very good. I mean, it got rid of all of the blemishes
Mm.
and stuff. I mean, I have if I and yeah, I can use it whenever I want. I just don't like it when it comes out of my skin, but I prefer it come out on my skin than have issues with it later on.
Yeah, exactly. And seeing how it works is interesting. Like
Oh, yeah.
getting to see it do its job. That's
Yes.
good. That's good.
Okay. Like, well, so would mine be, Sonia. You know, everybody's is like we carry an enormous amount of toxins in our body, and I think our livers are under pressure these days to, get rid of those toxins, and sometimes it needs a break. Why am I asked to have patience if I already know? I want to take action now. I'm hesitating. So there's two different questions in there, and it seems like they're opposite questions, Ange. Why am I asked to have patience if I already know? Um, it's very possible that the person that said to you or your guides are saying to you to have patience because you don't quite accept the idea that you need to have patience. Locky's thinking about something here at the moment.
I'm sharing to my page. Sorry.
Oh, okay. All right. That's fine.
My
That's
hand,
fine.
but
Um,
I'm also trying to
yes, I'm confused
focus
now.
on that too.
All right. Take action. Now I'm hesitating. I want to take action. Okay. All right. Okay. Angie. My guys are saying to you, do not worry about what other people are thinking and saying. You have to trust that you are going to make the right decision when you make that decision. You can't make a mistake. When you're ready, that will be the time. If you're hesitating because somebody told you to have patience, how long for? How long is this patience supposed to last? I mean, you could have patience for a couple of hours. I could have patience if I'm stuck in traffic and I'll sit there and go, oh, I have to have patience here. I'm going to be driving for 15 minutes instead of 2 minutes. That's patience. How long is patience? That's what they're saying. How long? Well, yeah, well, we already know that, Sonia.
That's yeah.
But the less patience you have, the more patience you're going to be. They're going to show you. They're going to show you, Sonia. They're going to teach you how to have patience. So I'd actually remove that. I'd actually put cancel thought, cancel statement on that because you're asking for trouble. You're literally asking for trouble with that. I'm afraid of missing out if I act. Don't be afraid, Angie. How can you miss out if you act? What do you mean? That doesn't sound right. It should read something like, I'm afraid of missing out if I don't act. I'm yet glad to see you said it, Caroline. Actually stating just roll with it. That's different, Sonia. That's very different.
Another thing is with patience is like the longer we wait and have to be more patient, the better the outcome's going to feel when it actually happens. Does that make sense? So like sometimes life will make you be as patient and wait forever, but it's because it's going to make that outcome feel so much better when it happens. So this wait that you're going through is just waiting, patience, being patient, and all that. But even though it seems to might get pushed back even further, whatnot, it's all just so that end result feels so much better, if that makes sense. So this
Yeah.
patience each day that you have to wait even more and more, it's just making that feel so much better when it happens.
Yeah.
So patience, even though it sucks, it just when it happens, it makes it so much better.
Yeah. It's while we're trying to have that patience that's the killer. It's the sucker. Like, fuck, give it to me now. I want it yesterday. Okay,
Mm.
what would just make you wait longer? So again, Angelita, again, Angie, how long does patience need to last for? And as I said before, can you just tell me what you meant by, where was it? I'm afraid of missing out if I act. Afraid of missing out on what, Angie? This may be a short live, Locky.
Yeah.
I don't know who else has gone live tonight, but yeah.
Holding back a sneeze, I think. It's not holding back, it's just not
Sure.
happening.
Have you
The
got a light? Have you got a light there that you can look up
selfie light. I don't know if it's like, hang on, it's there. I can feel it itch in my nose, but it's not happening. Can you see a new relationship?
I'll let Lockie answer that one.
The one thing I was gonna say is I feel like right now I'm staying at some sort of level and I need to push myself out and force that to happen. Does that make sense? So I'm not too sure if there is any way you can force yourself to. Um, I'm not one to recommend dating sites, but as an example, if you are one to force yourself to take that step to get on a dating site to just push that chances of getting a date, does that make sense? That little steps of getting out of that house, that little bit more to go meet new people, bring that slight, try bring in that more like, sorry, I just got flustered. You're okay. Once you start to take that step, you're gonna have like, oh wow, sorry. I feel like she's going to be getting like kind of smashed with people wanting her attention
Mhm.
when she does take that step. Because right then it just felt like I had people at me and I was like, hold up, hold up, hold up. Like everyone, like it was just left, right, and center once I took that step. So once you take that step to really just get out there and take that step, I feel you're gonna just have that people be interested in you left, right, and center. I'm seeing it. It's just taking that step to heighten the chances of meeting new people. Is that the right way to word it?
Yeah, yeah,
Heighten the yeah. But I do see that once that step has been taken to really just get out there a bit more, then that flow I can see being pretty strong for you. It's like I'm not too sure if I want to say I feel like you're gonna be asked to go somewhere or you're going to be invited somewhere and you're going to be very hesitant to go, you got to go because that's when you're like, should I go? Should I not? I'm an ahhing. Usually you have like, not, I just feel right now is the time to take that and go, even if you don't want to go because I feel that's where you're going to find a lot more newer energy in life
yeah,
and, expand with that. So take take them invitations and go with it, or even invite people yourself. Say, I want to go out for lunch one day. I'm going to invite some of my friends and we'll go out. Try to do that. So there's something with she's going to be overloaded with people coming through in her life. I'm not sure she's just for work
mm,
or if she has a lot of people just coming and going. you know, in her life as it is. But I just feel like there's going to be a big flow of just people coming into her life very, very soon.
And
If
they're
not
going
now.
to resonate with her more than what the other people have that she's
Mm,
um, that she knows now. New
yeah.
group of people, new beginnings. Just take it for what it is, without expectations that there could be a relationship as the end result for you. Just enjoy the journey. Now, somebody had a question back here, and I can't find it. I don't know how to explain it. Zoe Maria, will I get a job soon, and what type? Zoe Maria, that question that you asked is completely up to you. Um, will you get a job soon? Um, they're telling me that that is something that is not in our control, it's in your control, and it will happen when you put the time and energy into it. Go for the jobs, see how it turns out. I don't know what Locky's picking up about this. Um, I just, there's going to be a happy ending. All right.
Mm.
Your question that there is, you will get a job. As to the type of job that you want, my guys are saying to me that you're putting restrictions on your ability to perform certain jobs, and that perhaps you should open yourself, or could open yourself up to different prospects. Who's
With
got a
that,
sore? Somebody's got a sore back, and it's not me. It's in between my shoulder blades. Who's got a sore back? Somebody's got a sore back.
Zoe just said, yeah, due to health. And I kind of picked up something. I was feeling something to do with health, just as you said that too.
But was that to do with with what I was just saying before?
I'm not too sure if it's the back, if her health issues got to do with her back or anything like that. But I was also
Okay, I get
yeah,
it.
sorry.
I get where you're coming from. Yeah.
Yeah, that message came through
Yeah.
just as you said that, and I was also feeling something.
It's weird. Due to health. Yeah. Okay. Yes, that's why with the restrictions. That's why with the restrictions. Okay.
That reading was for Joanne and sorry. Yeah, Joanne was who we were just reading before Zoe, was it?
Yes.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Where did she say that?
And she said, sorry, was that for me? Locky, you're reading about
Oh,
us.
okay. All right. Ange, getting back to you, I mean, we can tag team this. We can just go between. Angie, you need to make a decision now. The patience is as long as you want it to last. All right. You need to do something about this now. Then do it. If you've had patience, but you're being tested, um, find out why. Come on, peeps. Anybody want to put in a donation? Anybody like an in-depth
Question.
or a question? Give us a question. This is what it was like the other night as well. It's weird. It's a weird energy at the moment, Locky.
It has been.
Energy.
And do you know what I want to say? Life has been a little bit of a prick lately, sorry, to a lot of
Yeah.
people,
Yeah.
where things have been seeming to go into like, you're in the cycle, you're in this flow, things are going there, boom, they'll put a blockage just for a couple of days, you
Yeah.
know, and they will make everything just go the complete opposite haywire for those 3-4 days, even a week. Like, and it seems to be happening with the energy goes quiet and then all of a sudden it just through the roof. Like, it's just weird. Like,
Yeah, it is very weird.
yeah, even like throughout readings and stuff, you notice people have been doing so well, and then it's like life's like, oh, hang on, I've got to put something there for that little bit, you know.
You're welcome, Rick. Take it easy. We're good, we're bad. It's just weird. It's not good or bad. It's just
No, it's
weird,
just
Tatiani.
weird. You
It's
know
not
when
a
it's like you get that oddly quiet, like
yes.
when you're
Yeah.
just out in the street, it's oddly quiet. That's kind of how like the energy's like, what is that? Like,
You said something about putting restrictions on myself, but that is due to health. But really want to work. Yeah, you can work through those restrictions, though, Zoe Maria. You can work through those restrictions. They're asking you to go into talk to somebody that can give you more direction on that. Zoe, speak to somebody. Talk. Pardon me. Oof. Talk to somebody, Zoe, about that. I don't know whether you're on the whether you're on a disability pension or anything like that, but they're saying go and talk to somebody about this because there is room for you to go and do a job. It's not going to be full time. They're telling me it's going to be part time.
the way I'd seen it too was like, I don't know if Zoe's like gotten to the point where it's kind of like, well, what the fuck am I meant to do? I have no idea. Like, I want to work, but what is there? You know, like, I have no thoughts coming to my mind of what
Yeah.
job to take. Does that make sense? And that's where speaking to someone is will be able to help. Like, I think I don't know if you are in Australia with Centrelink, I'm not too sure the go, but if you go to a job provider, they will sit there and list all these jobs that you probably wouldn't have never even thought about and think, holy crap, that's so to my ability. And having also, I'm not too sure if you are on benefits or anything like that, but I would suggest if you aren't, to maybe try get that just so you can get that extra support, because then job providers will also work around your health. So if you're having a bad week and saying, look, I can't actually get out of bed, they will understand that and they will help you manage that as well, you know. So not only will they help that, they'll help manage, you know, when you are having those moments. But I do believe speaking to like a job provider or someone just to get that other thoughts of, you know, what other jobs are there. Like, you know, you look around and the first thing that comes like for me, first thing that comes is like, you know, there's retail, there's fast food, there's like, so we automatically think of these little jobs that are typical, but the job providers can think, like, know how to think outside the box with jobs. Does that make sense? So we'd be able to help balance that out a bit more.
It's those jobs that they've got listed in front of them that we don't see in the papers every day.
Exactly. So they've got that more knowledge of jobs that like aren't that typical normal jobs, you know, that you need to be a certain criteria to actually be able to physically handle that job, you know. They will know a lot more in that situation, you know, just to get you thinking outside the box more of what you can truly do. And, you know, I see you may need something like, I don't know if it is your back or something that is issuing, because when I see she has to always like give herself like move enough but not too much. Does that make sense? So get up and down from your seat as much as you can without also overdoing it. Does that make sense? So I see a job she needs to not just be sitting down all day, but she also doesn't need to be standing up all day either. So I see something where, you know, where that flexibility needs to come in.
Oh, Joanne. I don't know, Joanne. I'd have to have a look at the time. But yeah, I'd probably be sound asleep by then.
Yeah, so I was gonna say I do see a sit down job, but then I see you also do need to have that little bit of time where you do just stand up that little bit, you know, and try to stretch out a bit more. But something that's definitely not purely standing up all day is what I see. And but I just do see speaking to someone will be able to just help get through, you know, and they will list out all the symptoms pretty much that you go through, what you can and what you can't do, and match it all up, and they'll find something. And not only that, with the job provider, they can also they usually they pay jobs to hire you. So, sorry.
She has chronic anemia and a very bad hip and back. Wow. That's a lot to deal with.
Yeah, and is that pretty sure what my sister deals with.
What's that?
Like, is that like low iron?
Anemia. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So that there, having that, the symptoms you would go through daily would seriously impact work. Like, it would impact work, and I'm sure you would get also like chronic fatigue and all this stuff as well that comes with it. So saying this to a job provider, they will also be able to say to the person they hire, like, say, hey, this person has these, this is their capability of working, and the people that hire you, they will already know your capability. So I think the best option would be to go to someone who can help, pre-warn also the new company that you're
there for.
Pardon?
That's what they're there for. The job provider is there to help you find something that suits you.
And they always speak to the company that you're applying for to give them the understanding of who you are, where instead of just handing in a resume, they have no idea. They know what to expect and stuff. So it's really always good. And they get you the job. They pay the place to hire you, so you'll get a job quick, so... Yeah.
Hopefully that helps you, Zoe Maria. So is there anybody else sitting in the background there? There are a number of people sitting in the background. Come say hello and ask a question.
So
you can still go to a
job providers, they actually can be voluntary or something, I'm pretty sure.
Yes,
so you can go in and just say, I'm not on any benefits, but I'm struggling. And I'm pretty sure they do help you. Just not too sure whereabouts you are, because I know where I am, I know the companies, the job providers, but not too sure where you are there. But just call in and say, hey, I need help. And they will, like, majority of the times. I'm not too sure if you've got like Help Enterprises down there.
Help. I have heard of that.
Yeah, I'm not too sure if Help is a New South Wales thing, but the Help Enterprises, or there's a few of them that are pretty good. Oh, Tam Hole. Sorry.
Well, they're not actually coming up with anything on Google. Is that short for something, Locky? Help? Or is that just word signifying the name of the company?
It's just the name of the company. Big Red Riding Help. Yeah.
I don't need a reading, just it going. Sonia? Great. Will a great job opportunity happen for me by this June, like a remote one? Okay, let's ask the pendulum. Remembering, Jaded, that your job opportunities are up to you. It's not going to come wandering through the front door. You actually have to put yourself out there to get the job. I don't get times. Locky doesn't usually get times either. I'm just going to ask the pendulum if you will have a job opportunity or a job. That's different. So when you ask the pendulum, i.e. Sonia, pay attention, when you ask the pendulum a question, it has to be a direct question. So when you say, will a great job opportunity happen for you? A great job opportunity may happen for you, but will you get the job? They're two different questions. So I'm going to ask a question. Will a job opportunity come up for Jaded before June? Yes, it will. Now I'm going to ask the other question. Will Jaded get the job? And the pendulum is saying more likely yes. So it is up to you. Again, please remember that when we're asking the pendulum these questions, and if for any reason, for any reading that you get given, your free will is what changes things. So if I say to you, oh, next week, I see that you're going to meet this person, and you go to yourself, oh my God, that must be that guy I was talking to last week, and you stay in your house, well, guess what? You're not going to go meet him because you're staying in your house. So your choices have a lot to do with it. The cards and our readings are guidance tools for you, but it's up to you to put them into play.
That's another reason why I don't say dates.
Yes.
Because it dead set changes the way it's going to happen. Like, I've said dates before, and then it happens the day after. Like,
Yeah.
but it's because that person lost that little bit of hope that they were so strongly clinging onto that the next day it happens, because it's meant to happen when you aren't expecting it, you know? So it's like,
Yes.
that's why I don't like putting dates, because life will always make it that little bit longer so you don't expect it, you know, because it's not meant to happen like that. Like, that's why if I would say time frames, I'm happy with time frames.
Yes, but not exact dates.
Yeah.
So give it a go, Jaded. Keep up the good work. Keep putting your resumes in there. Keep responding to job opportunities. They're also talking to me about and this is the way they put it, headhunter. You need to go and see somebody. You need to put your paperwork into somebody that can go out and find you a job. All right. Hey, Andrew. Hi, Natasha. So keep going with that, and that opportunity will present itself. If it does, we'd love to hear about it.
I don't like doing anything over, like, I can, but like, I usually prefer yearly. I don't like anything over a year. Does that make sense? If I'm doing timelines, I usually focus on like within the next year.
Yeah.
And if
Well,
I could,
it's very hard outside that year.
it is, and it's also varies on the person and the reading and the situation itself.
Yeah.
Like, so yeah.
Oh, Andrew, you did look hot for the wedding. Woohoo! I just want to eat you. I want to eat you, Andrew. That's what I said to him on his post. I just want to eat you.
Oh God.
It's so cute.
Wedding. Who's getting married?
Somebody did get married.
Did get married.
Yeah, last
Oh,
week,
nice.
Andrew.
I've never been to a wedding.
You've never?
No.
Oh my
Oh,
gosh.
well, when I was a kid, I think I went to one of my aunties or my cousins, one of them.
Yeah.
But never been to a wedding ever since then.
Well, give yourself a little bit of time. I mean, you're still young.
I have no friends, like no like close friends or anything. So it's like whatever. I'll just be going to mine.
Invited down to my house.
Yes, yeah.
If I get married. No candy for you. No candy for you. No candy. Woo-hoo. Okay. All right. Okay. So we're running out of questions, people. It looks like this might just be a talk show. Can you please do a TikTok?
Yeah.
Really, Tatiani? I need to find a piece of music that will suit me, and I'll have a think about it.
I'm gonna like send you
Did you
some
see the
like.
last one?
I'm barely on Facebook anymore. I like
On
yeah.
TikTok.
TikTok. I don't have TikTok. I've never.
What?
TikTok, nah. Mm-mm.
Okay, well, I put it on my page, so go hunt my page down.
I'll send you some challenges though of some videos I see that you have to do. You know how it's like send this to your person so they recreate the video or some shit. I'll make you
Really?
do something real crazy.
Oh, okay, all right,
Yeah.
okay. I'll think about that.
I
I
remember
will.
when I was younger, I used to do like we'd do challenges where we would like eat a spoonful of chili flakes or something. Like,
Oh my God, no, no,
uh,
no, no, no,
or like
no.
you drink it. It was the rainbow milk challenge where you put food coloring in like a 2 liter bottle of milk and scull it until you vomited, and
Oh,
you vomit like
seriously, Locky?
colored. Yeah.
Oh, oh no, no way. Ash fell asleep. What did I miss? Yeah, you missed lots, Ash. You missed absolutely everything.
So
And
much.
Locky has been blowing them away. And like seriously, you're gonna have to watch the live again to catch all the goss.
Yeah.
Just joking. You had enough eye candy. Where did you get eye candy? Are you talking about Andrew's eye candy? That was very well. You were dressed very well, Andrew. Hottie couple you were. I got Locky says the pass out
Oh, good.
challenge. Oh no. Not
That
doing
was a
not
bad
doing
one.
it. Not going there.
Do you remember that challenge that went around? People doing like making themselves pass out.
Are you talking about breathing and keep on breathing until you pass out?
You keep on breathing and then you like big breath and
Yes,
then yeah. I did that
yes.
to my sister and she smashed her head.
Well, we used to do that in the back of the classroom.
Or you blow on your thumb and you're like, I used to see that's where I felt like I knew where when I had a seizure for the first time because
Yeah,
the times you don't pass out when you do that, you end up like full
yeah.
on fitting, and that's what it was like when I had a seizure. I was like, oh shit. Like, I've never passed out from it, but I have gone like full on like spasming.
Yeah, I never passed out. I always got dizzy, but I never passed out. And the
uh,
teacher used to always catch us. We'd send notes, the old note trip, and we'd send notes around the back of the classroom. We never sat at the front of the classroom, always
yeah,
got up to mischief. And we
yeah,
just used to sit there rocking on our chairs. You know, when you used to put them up on 2 feet at the back?
yeah,
To sit there going
yeah,
until we passed
yeah. Oh
out.
god. Uh,
I want to ask a question, but nothing come to mind. That's weird. I always have a question to mind. That's okay, Tatiani. It's okay. Seriously, it's all good. Don't stress about it.
Sarah did it. My sister, other Sarah, did a competition to see who could hold their breath for the longest or something at school and passed out. I think
Oh,
Ash, that might be what Ash is talking about. Like passed out and kind of like crush at school trying to hold breath.
God, fancy doing that. Phew, that was crazy. When you talk about holding your breath, when you're watching a movie and you see somebody go underwater,
I hate that. I hate
and
that.
I
Uh,
actually have to hold my breath to see if I can hold it for as long as they do. And I just,
well, that's the thing with Avatar, the new Avatar, is it was filmed a lot of underwater and like records were breaking for like how long they held, you know, their breath underwater for. But like that movie, I was thinking the whole time I was like, like trying, like catching
yes,
my breath as they were going underwater, and I
yes,
was like,
exactly. All right, Ash, have a good night. Have a good
Ash.
night's sleep. You got to go to work in the morning, do you? If you do, just take it easy. Will I win lotto anytime soon? Seriously, Zoe Maria, I had that question twice in a row, 2 days in a row the other day, and I thought, oh my God, seriously? I mm. And I can see that you've got great big smiles on there. You've got like you're crying, laughing. So I'm glad you can see the funny side of that. They've already told me you've won the lotto already, so. They're asking you to be grateful for what you have.
3-day weekend. Nice.
Ooh. When's the long weekend? Oh, we've got a long weekend coming up on Queens, don't we? Queens. I forget which one's the long weekends now. I do. Shall I say what you said to Marie? Who are you talking to, Sonia? Me? Or are you talking to Locky? Shall I say what you said to Marie? You need to message me first, all right, if it's about me, because otherwise that is called a breach of confidence about Lotto. I didn't tell her that she'd win. Oh, no, Sonia, no, don't do that. No. I just remembered what I told her. That's very
Zoe,
funny.
this is gonna sound weird. Why the hell? It was so weird. I just seen the movie Robots for
For
Zoe.
who? For
For
Zoe.
Zoe, you know the movie Robots, where they're
Yes.
like, it's got that like, yeah. Don't know why that came up. I feel like it's maybe like, I don't know.
Is there a message in there for her?
Message.
Did she
It
see the
was
movie?
just. It felt like memories of some sort, like a reminiscing more so in a way. But I just seen like Robots, the movie. I don't know why. It was kind of like I seen the cover of the movie where her profile picture should be. So that's why I don't know why. I don't know.
Amazing. Sorry, Maria. I was watching earlier tonight with my
Oh,
granddaughter. Wow.
okay. So
Wow.
that would
There
make,
you
yeah.
are.
Well, know that that would be also the reason I said that would be because there is a spirit like around you at that time, like because I did feel like child energy too. So granddaughter would make sense, like and
Yeah.
reminiscing. It also probably made you feel times of like when it first came out or something. Not sure, but it was just yeah, I seen it pop up, and just know that there's like spirits around you at that time. You know, at that time. That's the one with like Aunt Fanny. Hey, like
Aunt
Aunt
Fanny,
Aunt
Aunt
Fanny.
Fanny,
And yeah,
Aunt.
I'm trying to think of how like
Which school did you go to?
Aunt Fanny. It's how they say it.
Aunt.
It's how they say it.
Oh, okay.
Mm.
The way they say aunt.
Aunt
What the fuck
Fanny.
is Aunt Annie? Are you
Yeah.
serious? Aunt is spelled A-N-T. Aunt is spelled A-U-N-T. Get the English right.
Will my
Hey,
teen
Dada,
ever?
how are you? I've had to watch it 100 times over. You're allowed to go to sleep, Zoe Marie. She would never know. My God. Will my teen ever be on time for school? No.
No, I was like, are they actually going to school? Like,
Teens
nah.
that usually are not on time for school don't give a shit about school, Crystal. And this is a boundary thing for that particular person. They've got a little bit to learn.
Yeah, you're lucky you drive him.
Oh,
Like,
just sitting in the car.
like if he's walking to school, then like, is he really going?
Well, you know what? I used to. I hope my kids aren't listening to this. Seriously, I got because my kids are like me. I sleep in the mornings. I've never been a morning person. Mornings are mine, and anyway, and theirs was as well. And it was always hard to get them out of bed to go to school. So I said to them on a number of occasions, if you don't get out of bed, I will pick you up and I will take you to school in your pajamas.
Mm.
And I will put your shoes and socks and whatever, your school uniform in your bag, and you can get dressed whenever you're ready. Twice
Yeah.
I did it. And by the time we got to school, they'd actually changed into their clothes.
Oh my God, that's good though. That's good.
I had to.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I used to like just. It was bad. I used to just skip school and then just go out. all these old people if they can buy me smokes and sit at the park and smoke all day. Like, it's so bad.
Oh my God, yeah, but that was the.
Teenage.
Oh. Well, yes, but you see, Nevada would like a card. See, the other thing too is my house was about probably 4 minutes walk, so we used to go home and raid the bar. Back in the
Oh,
70s, it was the thing for houses to have bars in them,
yeah,
like
yeah.
like a booze bar.
Like a, yeah, yeah.
And we used to go home
Oh,
during lunch break
and just
and
get
drink.
drunk. Oh, no.
It was fun. Nobody ever
Uh,
knew. We filled it up with water, the bottles that you could see through. I'm sure my stepfather knew what was going on.
yeah, surely. Like,
I'm sure. We'll be with you in a minute, Nevada. We're just going through all these people. Farida, Ali, hello. Can I ask a question? Yes, you can. Just bear in mind that if you would like to put in a donation, we are still open to them. We've caught up on the donations, so if you want to put one through, please do.
that plant scared the shit out of me. It
Because
looked
you
like
didn't
a
know what
random.
it was.
No, it looked like a little face kind of thing. Like, I don't know what at my first glance it looked like a face or something. Like,
It actually does.
I was looking, I was like, what the fuck is that? But it's just plant. Like, especially when like it gets darker. Like,
Yes.
it's like,
So he hits snooze many times. Yeah, I bet he does, just like I did. Lauren had to do that. Took off to work and absolutely, and you got to
yeah,
do it. They're the boundaries that kids need to learn. Can you ask a question? Yes, you can, Farida. Ready to put the eyes, never really skip. Can't do the sports. And if it makes anyone feel better, my kids aren't going to school today. Oh, not feeling well, Nevada? At what age? What age, Queen Caroline? What do you mean at what age? What does that mean? At,
drinking. I think she's
oh,
maybe.
what you mean me, Sonia?
Mm.
Well, I changed schools in Form 2, so that would make me what? What would that make me? 16, maybe?
That's really cool,
And I,
Zoe. And I sorry.
go on, go on.
Oh, I wanted to say with Zoe, I also felt a female, like older female energy too. So when I was picking up the robots thing, so it must be,
Okay.
yeah, yeah. That's crazy. That's awesome.
All right, Nevada. No, it's my first day off, 2 weeks, and I miss them so. Oh, that's beautiful. That is the. My kids and I used to do that too. I'd say to them, "Come on, kids. You know what? We're having a day off school." They used to love those days, especially in summer because we could go down to the pool. Um, uh, okay. So, on our way. Nevada, did you say you had a question because your question came before anybody else's? Okay. Capricorn. Is he trustworthy? Intentions, please. Is he trustworthy? Intentions, please. Farida, AK Capricorn, not quite sure what that means, but if this person has a name, could you please tell me the name? Because it's awfully hard to answer a question like that. I'd love to do my love life, of course, too. Well, if we did your love life, Nevada, we would need to do an in-depth reading for you. Is there a specific question that you would like answered?
I wish my mom was like that. 2
What's that?
weeks off, like let me have the day off just to like help her clean.
Oh, you're so mean, Sonia. You just got thrown in the deep end there, Sonia.
Yeah.
Can anyone please share out? Oh, yes. Okay. All right. Got that. His name is Allison. His name is Allison. So it's a guy, and his name is Allison. Or sorry, I'm a bit. For Rita, you need to ask your question again, please. Okay. Well, with whatever comes out, I would have donated, but I'm no. That's okay. I got one on the 20th. Okay.
Okay,
Yeah.
I feel like I see Nevada smacking like someone in the back of the head, like, get your shit together. So, I don't know. Okay. Shit, slow down. Fuck. Sorry. Not only is this got to do with like children, I don't know if like your children are playing up and you're like, come on, get your shit together, you know, like. But
Yep.
I don't know. This also felt like I was also kind of saying that to a friend, like, come on, get your shit together as well. So I don't know if you have a female, I feel this is a female friend that's coming to like vent to you about things that are going on or anything like that. But I see you like saying to someone, like, come on, get your shit together, and like being that motivator for that person. Oh, yes. Oh, man.
They should get their shit together.
And if only they could be just as like independent as you are. Does that make sense? Like, so yeah, because Nevada's like a very strong, independent person.
You took the words right out of my mouth.
But,
She is a very strong, independent person, and it's going to take a very strong man to be able to match your energy, Nevada.
she's not someone that needs to be a mum in a
No.
relationship. You know what I mean? She's not someone
She's
that's gonna freaking treat you like your child.
she's
You
a
know?
no fuck with me kind of person.
Yeah. And I think with that, it's the best thing to have with having that up there. But know that it's better to be waiting than to be with someone that's just pissing you off and dragging you down every day, if that makes sense. So be picky. Does that make sense? Be like, selective. Don't settle for someone that's gonna just make you do all the work for them. You know what I mean? Like,
I'm your queen, absolutely.
exactly.
Absolutely. Nevada, you've got it.
Yeah.
You've got it in one. And by the way, Nevada, if you do choose the wrong person, you will know, you will find, you will see the red flags. They're saying to me, you will see the red flags, and you'll know straight away that you've made either the wrong choice or the right choice, and you will change it up. You will actually, it's okay. So if you do choose the wrong person for the wrong reasons, you'll get those red flags, and you'll know what to do with that.
You're very clued on with that in that sense, and know you won't just tolerate bullshit. And as soon as you get red flags, you'll know. And it's okay to start up something, see red flags, then back off. You know, that's okay to happen. Like,
yeah, they're actually showing me quite a sophisticated person, Nevada. They're showing me it's almost like this person is very he's a wealth of knowledge, but he forgets to show his sensitive side, because when he shows his sensitive side, that makes him feel inferior. But you can read, you can walk into the room, and when you're looking at somebody, you can read the person. So read well, all right? And that's where you're going to pick him up. You better have a Harley Davidson. Oh, you said that last time, Nevada. You said that last time. If he doesn't have a Harley Davidson, work together and get one.
Yeah.
Yes, and then I turn into a poodle in oh, fuck. Nevada, stop it. Stop it, woman. All right, so where are you? Hopefully that has helped you, Nevada. I know it was short. Where are you? I'm talking to this guy called Allison. Is he trustworthy? His intentions genuine towards me? Thanks. Okay, so the guy that you're talking. Okay, so you're another one, Farida, that needs to do a little bit of homework here, right? I'm picking up a red flag. I don't know if you already have because you've asked this question, but they're saying if you already have, you need to ask the hard questions. You need to check why you're getting this red flag. If you've never met, there's a reason why you've never met. You've been given the opportunity to make a choice here. So just do your due diligence and check into this person if you are getting a red flag. That's all I'm getting for you at the moment. Never met online. Okay. Yeah, same here. Hmm.
Oh God, I can feel that sneeze is not going. It's just in the back of my nose, and I'm trying to like breathe properly so I can cause it to happen, but it's not happening.
All right. You're welcome, Farida. Am I saying your name right? Is it Farida or Farida? Farida. Farida. Um, hmm. Mild school, but online stuff is red flags to me. You have to be super cautious. Yes, absolutely. Second time. Second timer, Farida. Okay, Farida then. Okay.
Go eat a spoonful of Vicks. Fix you right up. I'm gonna
No,
have to.
no, Jones. Oh shit! Just give me a minute. I'll just be back in a sec.
Yeah. So who's in the background? Who like? Um, Farida. I think there's gonna be with Farida, if I'm saying that right. I think there is gonna be a need of like a communication, like strong communication, as I do see. For some reason, seeing there is some sort of misunderstanding at the moment. So with that, it would be this. I do feel there's this kind of tension, lack of communication, and misunderstanding of each other's emotions. So I do want to say that I do feel there will be that like communication and that talk to happen where you can kind of get to understand where you both are at in this situation, if that makes sense. And here we are in seven at the moment. You cannot eat it, Locky. Stick it up. Ah, what? Yuck. Jeez. That escalated quickly. God. So, does anyone have any questions? Good. Zoe, jeez.
Like I said, it's going to be I don't think it's going to be a long live, but that's okay. That is.
Nah.
Um, for some reason, the ones during the day seem to be doing the trick at the moment. But I do think that when we were saying before about the energies being weird, this is
Mm,
one of the things that is happening in the spiritual community. I think there's a lot of people just locking themselves down so that they can figure out what's going on with the energy. There's a lot of
mm,
changes happening at the moment, and that includes physicality, it includes spiritually, it includes mentally, and some people, when people come on for a reading, quite often, more often than not, um, when people come on, they've actually been to more than one reader, and it's very confusing for people to get different readings from different people.
mm,
It tends to put a little bit more confusion out there. So, maybe they're cutting back on readings. I don't know. I haven't been watching very many people doing readings lately. I don't even know who's been live. I know a couple that appear on my page, but other than that, read me if you have nothing else to do. Sonia. Oh, Sonia.
yeah. I don't know. I talk to you all the time. Like I read you as things happen. Does that make sense?
Duh, that's a very good answer, Locky.
Like it's not. Yeah.
I also think there have been a lot of lives lately. Yeah. Yes, but who? I mean, yes, Sonia, there are, and it's like the other thing too that us as readers, when we do readings, my prime reason for doing readings are to give people advice or to give people the opportunity to move in the direction that is best for them, but uh, to use that to move forward with, not to keep coming back to get the same readings over and over again. So, sometimes I like it when the same people don't come back because that tells me that the reading was good and that they've taken it on board, and they're starting a new, a new path or a new chapter in their life, whatever that is.
Where they're more content as well and
Yes.
more. Yeah.
I mean, I know with my day job, when
Mm,
I'm doing my day job, if I don't get a repeat customer, I feel happy about that because I've done my
mm.
job.
You've done your job. Like yeah, that's it. That's it. Or I like getting the repeat customer saying like,
Yes.
now what? Like now what? And it's like ah cool. Like
Well,
but
I had one this morning
mm,
that rang me up, and she said to me, she said, "Oh my God, Caroline," she said, "you would not believe it." She said, "The amount that you told me, which is usually I don't usually do this, but she said the
mm,
amount that you told me that I was going to get for my house, I got it. You were spot on with the money," and I'm thinking, yes, yes,
yes,
I love
like
shit like that.
yeah.
Makes my
Uh,
heart sing because she was really happy with it, and that's what I like.
mm. Tariani, I want to say I feel it is too early to say, and I want to say I feel like some of these feelings might be um, like you putting pressure on yourself and feeling you have to please her, so you're causing that stress. Like, is she happy with my job? Or and you might start thinking she's not, but I feel it is a bit too early to say, and I don't get any real red flags. I think she may pick up that you are trying to really please them, if that makes sense. So I can tell that they say like, oh, she really doesn't want to bug her up, and she really wants to get it right. I can see they can see that. Um, I just try to release that pressure of feeling you have to really please them, if that makes sense, and it will just ease it as that happens. Sorry. So I feel like they are liking your work. It's just, try. limit the stress that you put on yourself, and yeah, just know that you're good. Because we put so much pressure and we really want to please them, we will just, read them. And if something seems off, we'll constantly go down that rabbit hole. Like, did I do something wrong? Like, or when you did bugger up at one point, you feel like it's the end of the world or something, like give it some time. And I believe once you get more confident with the flow of things, is what I'm going to say, and where the new environment or the, then it will make it easier, to understand what she's thinking. Like,
yeah. And the other thing, Tatiani, too, is, Locky was saying exactly what people think, what have I done wrong? But when the art of communication is to open it up, and if you feel that, somebody is talking about you behind your back at your workspace and it is new for you, what you could do is you could jump the gun. You can actually circumvent these things by going into your supervisor and asking things like, I just, how do you feel that I'm doing in my job? Is there anything that I can improve on? Rather than walking in or thinking like what a lot of people do, and like you said, what have I done wrong? Just open it up to allow the communication to open up, and just say, is there any improvements that you think I could make in this job, or how do you feel that I'm going?
that's always a good thing to ask, is like, what can I improve on? What can I, like, how am I going? Like, it's always good to ask
Yes.
as well.
Yeah.
Always. Yeah.
It's because she gave me a chance. I kind of don't want to let her. Well, don't let her down then. It
And
doesn't matter if she's blunt. It doesn't matter.
one thing is putting that pressure, saying to yourself, she gave me a chance and I don't want to let her down. That's putting so
That's it.
much pressure on yourself.
Yeah,
You're going
that's it.
to accidentally push it away because you're putting so much pressure on yourself.
Yeah.
Know that you being there is not letting her down. You doing your job is not letting her down. You're doing what, has happened. Let it unfold and see how it happens, if that makes sense. Look, yeah.
Sonia, you're actually sitting down and you're laughing at the moment, Sonia, because you know what you have to improve on.
Mm-hmm.
Gave me the chance for a reason.
I think one thing mum needs to do is believe she's protected all the time. Even when she goes, oh, I feel something's off, you're protected. You're not protected. Like, always. Like, you know what I mean? That's one thing. Yeah. Because when the second you say, oh, I feel like I'm not protected, that's letting that down. Like,
That's it.
you're protected. When you say you're not, you're not. When you say you are, you are. Like,
Yeah. Jamie! Hello, Jamie! Missed you, woman. I missed you the other day again, too. I was out. I had things to do, places to go, people to see. I'm scared of not being protected. Now, see, now you're inviting the negativity in, Sonia, just by the fact that you've said that. All right? Just know that you are. Jesus, woman, what do I have to do?
And you say I try, but I'm scared. You're not scared. Like, when you say say you're feeling scared. You're not scared. I'm feeling a bit scared, but like I'm feeling this as well. Like, try push that scared feeling. No, you're not.
I try, but am scared. I don't mean to know what not being protected is. I don't mean to, but know what not being protected does. Yes,
Yeah.
but that was because that was a result of not being protected. And that's all Lockie's asking is for you to change that belief system that you've got. I don't for 1 minute believe that I'm not protected ever.
And
I just
even
don't believe it.
when I have moments where I think, holy shit, something feels scary, I still think I'm protected. you can't come near
Yes.
me. You know, like
That's
even
it.
if they could be standing side by side, like I have moments where I feel there's like a darker energy around me at times.
Yep.
But I'd be like, you can be right up to my face, but I'm
Yep.
protected. I'm
Yes.
protected. You know, like that's I notice you can still feel them around and be protected.
Oh,
You know what I mean? Like
yes,
that's
I
what I
do.
think a lot. And one thing I would just want to say to reassure is like me. I know that I still have darker energies around me. There is. It's just what it is. But they don't ever try to, come. They're not
They
here to harm
can't.
me or any. They can't exactly.
Mm.
But I know they're around. But you can chill. But I'm protected.
Yep.
Like
Exactly.
that's how I see it.
Exactly.
Like, and
So it's a mind shift.
eventually you'll notice them walking away from you, if that makes sense. So like I will walk into one room of the house that they may be there, they will walk to another. Like they avoid me. Does that make sense as I'm walking around my house? So you just gotta
What do you?
always know you're protected, even if they feel they're there, you're protected.
Yeah, Sonia. What do you mean? But I really do have these things. Do I just take them on with positive? What do you mean by that?
I think because of what
Okay.
is around, like has been around before, um, it's like I think our family, we do have this like kind of energy that lingers around in our family. And I think not because mum knows that's there, you do just have to take them on with positive. Like that's all you got to do. No, like you can acknowledge that they're there, but you have to acknowledge that you're protected damn well. Like, and does that make sense? Like, it's hard to explain because the ones that are around us, I feel, are pretty like around us. They're pretty well always there. But having that I'm protected, you can't fucking touch me. Does that make sense? Like you can be that, I'm protected. You can just be
Yeah.
chilling around. I get you're there, you're a thing, but I am protected. You can't. You know, that's yeah.
It's kind of like taking that next breath, Sonia. You know in your core that you are going to take that next breath. You believe it with your every fiber of your being. When I start my day, I know with every fiber of my being that I am protected.
Mm. And that sounds weird, but so
Yes,
so
and
attitude helps. It does when you be
believe.
like, I am protected, and you say it in like a stern way, it may seem. I'm not an aggressive person, and I don't like sending. But I will say I am fucking protected, and you do not
That's
touch
it.
me. You know what I mean? And like you do not come near me. Like when I don't allow it. You know what I mean? Like you have the authority of yourself and your soul. Like you are in control of that. And yeah, you just gotta fuck you. I am me, and I am protected. Like
It,
yeah,
nothing. It can't touch you.
no.
We all, some people, not all, some people talk about black magic, and some people ring me up or message me and say, oh, this person's got black magic on me. Well, it doesn't work if you don't believe it,
Mm.
right? So you have to believe in it. Do that, but don't want to piss them off. Fuck them, Sonia. If you piss them off, so what? They
Yeah,
can't touch you.
that's it.
They can't touch you. That you have to have that belief in yourself.
Mm.
It's like taking that breath. It doesn't matter how you take that breath, you just know that you're going to take it. When you get up in the morning, you know you're going to have breakfast. If you don't have breakfast, you're going to have lunch. You know you're going to eat the next day at some point.
Mm.
So I can say, oh, absolutely you
Yeah.
can.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely you can. In fact, I've done that. I've walked around my house on the odd occasion and without going into too much detail, thought that there was a present there, and I've just said, basically, I said to them, fuck off, you're not,
Mm.
please, you are wanted elsewhere. So, and they go.
Yeah, and that's
Just,
especially before you go to bed. do that like I am now in my space, in my bed,
That's it.
and in my time, I am sleeping. Like,
Mm-hmm.
if you want, like, I also, like, I don't know, as a kid, I would always say that, but then I would also say, if you do want to send messages through, send them through a way that's not going to affect my sleep.
Yeah.
So through dreams and stuff like that, I would allow that, but I'd never allow like anything to sit on the end of my feet or like you know what I mean? Like I used to always have spirits at the end of my bed as a kid, so I had to learn to say no, you're not
Yeah.
allowed there, but you can, yeah.
If sorry, Ruth, it's just that we're talking about how we are protected, and how some people actually believe that they're not protected, and it's when you feel that you're not protected that you can actually be attacked.
Mm,
All right. And yes, every day I still, even though I feel unprotected, I still use my mantras to invoke my protection around me.
mm.
Always. I just do.
As an example, like random weird example, I know, but if you've seen the movie Paranormal Activity, they feed that haunting, that
Mm,
type of experience because they are recording it. They're giving it like that knowledge, that letting it
yeah.
do this thing. So like, when you allow it, it really just comes in by
Yeah.
allowing, like,
Yeah.
mm. And like
Very interesting subject.
it is, it is.
Now, how do we shift you, Sonia, from getting to that point of not trusting that you are protected and shifting into a zone of being protected? That is the big question. Nobody can force that on you. It's something that comes from within. It's just a knowing. It's like, I know your name is Sonia Kelly. I know, Sonia, that Sonia knows that Sonia is Sonia. All
Mm,
right. Now you have to understand that when you are protected, you are protected.
mm.
You have to say it and mean it and understand it, that it's true.
See, Natasha, it's like you come in here to see like how to get extra protection, but you already got that extra protection. You just
Yeah.
got to believe it. So yeah, like
It's literally checking this out for the extra protection. Wow. Reality check at its
mm,
best. Yes. Uh-huh. I actually watched that thinking it was a documentary, and watching the end screwed the crap out of me. This scared the crap out of you. Um, Loving it. Michelle Gardner. Hi, Michelle. How are you? Exactly. Oh my God. Yeah.
I
Um,
sorry. One thing for Natasha is you're never gonna go back to where you were. I
no.
know that. I know
Mm,
that. Like I'm seeing, you've got your high heels on and your heels are dug into the ground. So you are doing this out of not only empowerment, like out of you deserve better, but so does I'm gonna say every female, every like not only female but female empowerment is what I'm seeing for you, and like standing your foot in the ground and saying, you know what, I've been dealt this, but I'm gonna fucking overcome it and be a boss ass
yeah.
person in life. Do you know what I mean? Like, so know that like your heels are dug deep into the ground and you're not gonna go back there, like into
Yeah.
that crap.
Correct. And as where was it? Ruth, Sonia, you said Ruth Taylor, know it. So, Sonia, speak and listen to what you're saying to people. Absolutely. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Hope we can see more of you, Locky. Oh, I'm sure we
Yeah,
will, Tanyani.
things will be
He's,
getting better soon.
yeah, super busy. Good night, Tatiani. Wow, I feel it. Practice what you preach. I get it. That's easy. That's a wonderful sentence to have. Practice what you preach. I get that. Sometimes it's a little bit more difficult though to practice what you preach.
Mm.
And every one of us feels that personally, that sentence, practice what you preach. I could do a lot more practicing of what I preach, but do
Mm.
I? Sometimes I don't, because I
Go
can't.
out, go into nature,
Exactly. See?
go to the beach, go to
Yes,
water, look.
yes, all of that. I could be doing all of that.
Go to the float.
And my excuse is, it's too cold. But I did show him a picture of a gum tree. I did,
That
I did,
was,
I did. I got out.
you did that, yeah.
I will keep my eyes on for your page on TikTok. Jeez, I'm answering to you, aren't I, at the moment, Tatiani? Hey, I said that to you. Exactly, Sonia. I know. And I say that to other people. Practice what you preach.
Mm.
It's because, I think that practice what you preach comes from a place of it's heartfelt, but it's really hard to put into practice what we tell other people all the time,
Oh, nice. I
because
did
we're
that.
emotionally involved with it.
Natasha saying she just did that, went out in nature and touched some old. Look, I did that like last weekend. It's the best feeling.
It
You
is,
know,
isn't it?
yeah. That tree, I think Mum said it's called a Watkins tree or fig or something like that.
I don't think I saw a tree.
I sent you a photo.
Of the tree?
Yeah.
I'm
I don't
gonna have
know.
to look.
Exactly. Like 10 minutes helps. But yeah.
Keep
That
talking, Locky.
waterfall
I'll be
though.
with you in a second.
That waterfall that I went to, that
Yeah,
was like washing your face in waterfall. Like, yeah, it's called a Watkins fig, apparently.
you can flick through those messages there in 10 minutes.
I'm good at helping others, but that's another thing readers also go through is we read everyone else but can't read ourselves. Like,
That's it.
it's always when it comes to ourselves, we're always so blinded. Does that make sense?
Yep, yep.
Hey, Mina, if I'm saying that right. Have you found the photo?
Geez, I tell you what, I didn't realize how long our conversations were.
I know, right? I know.
I've got to go back there. Yeah, still going back.
Has anyone got any questions? Anything?
So I got up to the aquarium. Is it with
Oh
those
yeah,
ones?
the jellyfish videos were cool. Hey,
Well, okay, I'll have a look at the other pictures. Was it the one that was over the river,
I don't think so. They're just the big trees with like big roots at the base of the tree.
like a fig tree?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, I haven't seen that yet.
I might have to send it again. I don't know.
Maybe you might. Maybe you might, because I
Okay,
can't.
let
It
me.
wasn't in that group of photos that you said you sent me.
Hmm.
Mm.
I'll have to find some more. I've got so many more photos as well. Like,
Yeah, I did tell you this morning. Yesterday, was it yesterday that I spent the day trying to figure out all of my Google photos?
yeah,
Oh my God, it's so mind numbing.
it
Like
is.
seriously, it's horrible. Van
Oh,
said, "Mine,
awesome.
Locky. Thank you so much for that. I'm so grateful." Look at that.
I want
Mina.
to say for Mina, something has like seriously like kind of grabbed her and pulled her back in life. Does that make sense? I can
Yeah,
see it feels like I've just been grabbed
feels
and
like
pulled
the first.
back. Um, I want to say, yeah, you're going to get back onto your feet, but there is a lot of healing that I've got, like emotional healing, a lot of um, kind of processing is how I'm going to see it. So I see a lot of like healing and processing with it all, and it is going to take a little bit of process to be 110%, mentally everything to where you want to be. But I see growth happening very steadily, if that makes sense. But
Yeah,
I do see she has to have a moment of processing and kind of really just, you know, trying to sort through that emotions. I feel a lot of emotions there. Um, but I do feel you getting back onto your feet. I do see that. And like sometimes when life grabs us and pulls us that far, it's just because it's like a slingshot and you're about to be flown even further. So that drag that you're being dragged back, it's because you're going to be able to exceed further in the future, like from this situation, if that makes sense. So think of the hardship, that slingshot being pulled back, and you're about to just excel forward. Know that like there is a lot of like spirits and guides around you really like comforting you and like supporting you and always there just really helping you get through this transition as best as you can. They want you to know that like you're going to be okay is what I want to say as well. Not only mentally but with everything else, I want to say you're going to be okay with everything. Like I see it all working out. And as hard as it is to grab this all, like grab everything you need to do and just do it, if that makes sense. As hard as it is to do that, you've got it, if that makes sense. You are capable of getting through this, if that makes sense. And you are capable of walking through that quicksand and getting to the other side, even though it's so challenging, if that makes sense. So you were capable to get through the hard yards to be where you need to be, if that makes sense. Good.
Good morning, Penny. We're just having a good old yarn here. Penny? Sounds oh my gosh, as soon as you come on, why do I feel like my throat needs to be cleared?
No, I got hot flushes heaps then.
Oh, she gets hot flushes too.
Yeah.
Diane, rising. My friends, is there a true love language interrupting between JM and I that has potential of progressing to something more substance? The only thing that's in your way, Diana May, is communication. There is something between the two of you, but for some reason they're telling me communicate. Yeah. So communicate with him, Diana. Open up the communication. Show him that the relationship can be trusted. You both have trust issues, I'm being told. You're both going to help each other through this, but you both have to be on board with it. You both have to understand each other. Ruth, as are things looking positive for you right now? They're asking you to also be the person to change the mindset, right? Things will turn out more positively if you have a positive outlook of your own, all right? It's important that you change the negative mindset into a positive mindset because it will create that positivity moving forward. Angels have a funny way of looking at what it is that you want. When you are in a negative mind space, they say to themselves, oh, this is actually what she wants. She wants negativity. Okay, well, let's give her negativity. But if you're in a positive space, they say, well, okay, she wants this. This is what we're going to give it to her. So you have to manifest that into your life. Be positive with that. You've got the free will and right to change this, Ruth. Okay, so the first thing I want you to do, Ruth, and everybody else will know already what I'm going to say to you, I want you to take one word out of your sentence and tell me how it makes you feel.
Also, I want to say, you've stayed positive for so long. Like, you've been positive through so much shit. Look on the days you've pushed through and been positive and think you can do it again today. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
If I worded that correctly?
Yeah. Ruth, change the sentence that you've just written. See, Sonia's already picked up on it. Ruth, I want you to change the sentence that you've written, and I want you to take one word out of it. All right. And when you take that word out of it, I want you to tell me how you feel when you look at both of those sentences. And I want you to tell me in the chat while you're here what the difference is for you.
God, I want to say as well, when we're younger, we look at our future and think, one day that's gonna be me. You know, one day I'm gonna be this age. I'm gonna be this. This is, I feel like you are that age now. This is the time where it's like you've been looking at this, like you've been looking for this. Sorry, looking forward to this point of your life for like your whole life, you know, and you've been waiting for this moment. And I believe now's the moment that like you've been waiting for, really. As like even when you're a kid, like looking up, like I can't wait till the day it all just falls into place and it all works out and I'm somewhere in life, if that makes sense. And that's where I feel you are. You're actually feeling like you're really somewhere in life, getting there. And the more days and weeks that pass on, the more you're gonna feel that. Like, are we back? I'm just topping up my coffee.
Yeah. Hi, Bright. How are you? Things are falling into place for me since we last spoke. Excellent. Good stuff. Are you talking to Locky there, Ruth? I need to get a coffee. Oh, come on, guys. Well, it's actually nearly 11 p.m., so I can't go and have a cup of tea. Otherwise, I'll be up all night. Hey, Gina McCaffery, how are you? Come say hello. Come ask a question. If you would like an in-depth reading, pop your donation through because the list has been caught up. Both. Ruth, seriously, please, if something is working out for you, if something has changed for you or fallen into place, let me know what it was, because I'm sorry, I forget my readings. If I hung on to all the readings I did, I would just be not here. Newbie here, please. I'd like to be grateful for a tiny read if anyone is drawn by chance. Gina. Gina, I'm picking up a little bit of stress for you at the moment. I'm picking up a headache, actually. I feel like I've got a headache because I'm worried about something. Don't forget, Gina, please, to follow the pages before you, well, I've just answered your question. So if you would be kind enough to like the pages or follow the pages, that would be really good. I'd love the answer as to why I'm in such a terrible funk. It's okay, so they're telling me it's because you keep believing what everybody else is saying to you. They're saying, why do you believe the other people and what they're saying to you rather than what you believe? That it's creating a misalignment with who you are. It's creating this sense of I'm not good enough or I've never been good enough for anybody. And they want you to trust that you are doing exactly what you need to be doing at this point in your life in order to move forward. I'm tired for you. I feel tired. I feel like I'm doing too much thinking. You're overthinking things. I keep seeing so many numbers. Yeah. Does that resonate with you, Gina? They're asking you to have more faith in who you are as a person. The overthinking isn't helping you. It's not helping you move forward. You could go down. It's just like me, Gina. I mean, I'm an overthinker. I think a lot, and to some degree, that overthinking will help you in your life, but you can't control everything. All right, you cannot control everything. And sometimes you just need to let things happen the way they need to happen in order for you to move forward. So trust. I want you to actually write that down. Trust that all is as it should be. I trust myself. I make the best decisions that I can for myself with the knowledge that I have at the moment. All of the things that are in your life, Gina, are things that you need or that you are meant to go through, the life lessons that you're being given. You're learning them. Don't ever doubt that.
I just want to say, so I just read. Oh, I'll let you finish. So
um, Gina, they also want you to smile. They need you to smile a little bit more, and they want you to take um, not a funny approach, a more childish approach to the things that are happening around you. They're telling me that you're always serious. I'm giving you this smirk because that's what I feel like is happening with you personally, that you give off this very serious nature about yourself, like because you overthink things, that they want you to smile at yourself occasionally and say to yourself, oh my God, I wish I would stop thinking, overthinking, doing all of these things. I'm just creating more problems for myself. I need to stop doing this, and just have a smile about it. Now finish, Locky.
the first thing I could see that there's like a lot. I felt similarity with how your mind really has like that second voice that likes to just put you down. You know what I mean? And like tries to put doubt into your head. I do see that, and I do see a lot of your mind, like that second part of your mind, just really kind of just making things a lot more harder. But I got the song "Chasing Cars." I forget who sings it. Snow.
Yeah, I know that song.
Yeah, "Chasing Cars" came through my head. I do want you to know it's all gonna be okay. And I
Snow
did just
Patrol.
cut in.
Snow Patrol.
Snow Patrol, yeah. So I got the card Joyful, and I do want to say I do see a shift in your mindset where you're gonna have something that outweighs everything, every shit that goes on. Does that make sense? All the funk, whatever goes on. I see something. I don't know if this is gonna be a partner or someone. Like I feel like this is someone coming into your life that just might not be a partner, but just maybe their support that you need. But I do see. Sorry, is that? Do you have ADHD or your mind completely goes somewhere? For like I don't know how to explain it, but my mind completely. I was just asleep for a second. You know, like it was like almost like I had like narcolepsy or something where you just fall asleep. Like
Yeah.
you know, I was just like I just completely shut off for a second. So I'm not sure if after being very hyped up. So I'm not sure if there's anything that like where
Manic depressive or something like that, you mean? Like
yeah,
from
it's
one
like I get
extreme to
manic
another?
and then it's just like
Yeah.
and I'm just taken somewhere else where my mind I feel like I'm just in off with the fairies. Does that make sense? But I want to say I do see something for Gina that's coming in where like she's gonna have that thing that makes the shit so much worth just pushing through. Does that make sense? I want you to know I do see something that's gonna I see something coming into your life that's gonna make you feel like you've got more reason. Does that make sense to just push through the shit? Because like right now I feel like I'm pushing through this funk, but what's the outcome? Does that make sense? I don't see any outcome. So I'm like, what the hell? But I do see this outcome coming
Yeah.
for you where like, you know, you're really gonna get into this better state of mind. the song Chasing Cars is really, really, really drilling in my head. I'm not too sure if you get lost in music and if you know the song Chasing Cars and it's something you listen to. I'm not sure, but when I listen to this song, it sets me into a certain tone of energy of just chill vibe, if that makes sense. And I would love if you could just put on some headphones and just really get lost with music, if that makes sense, and let that flow happen. Um, but I do see a lot of change, and this energy is about to be. You have some energy, like I'm feeling over, like have ADHD. So like I feel like you're gonna get this energy and put it towards something that's just gonna really benefit. Does that make sense? I see her using this energy and really growing something and running 100 miles an hour.
You're so welcome, Gina.
I'm talking 100 miles an hour. I feel pumped up. So
yes, hyped up. Bright, I'll just wait for your question to come through. And please remember, guys, that the exchange of energy is that you like or follow both of our pages. And also let us know in the comments briefly whether this is resonating with you. If you would like a more in-depth reading, we are open to donations. So just let us know. Bright. Bright is asked something I'm not getting clarity. Something I'm not getting any clarity. Okay, again, for you, Bright, I don't have any picture of you. I just have the word Bright, the name Bright. What I'm picking up for you is that you need to be more open with your communication. That way you will get clarity, right? You're leaving, they're saying to me that you're leaving things to chance. They're saying that you need to use your voice. You need to stand in your truth. You need to step up and you need to speak. This is not something that you usually do. That they're telling me that you're a quiet person, that you're a quiet achiever, but you need to speak up. So start talking with your relationship about this clarity that you're wanting. All right, that's the only way that you're going to get through this. You can't leave something to chance in a relationship. It doesn't work like that. And if you want it to work like that, then you're not going to get the clarity that you need. You're just going to have to wing it and see how things turn out. I'm not that kind of a person. I'm dangerous to be around sometimes in a relationship. Like I will question the shit out of somebody just to find out what they mean. I don't like it when things are not clear. So hopefully that resonates with you, right? I know about a man in my life called Jason. I'm at a place in our relationship that I don't know if I should work on this and make it work or walk away. Yes, you do, Amberly. They're telling me you know exactly what to do. You're just afraid.
I would have said the same thing. And I would have said, you're having these thoughts for a reason. And I do believe, I believe you truly deep down know, and I think that's going to get more stronger as you work through your feelings and emotions. That feeling may end up more stronger, the one that you're really drawn to. So I do feel the one, like, how would you explain it when something's calling out your name? You don't want, like, you don't necessarily know if you want to do it, but it just keeps getting stronger because it's meant to happen. Does that make sense? That's
yes,
how.
it does, because there's a lesson in there for her.
Yes.
There is actually a lesson in it.
And I see it as a lot of sorting emotions.
got it, Michelle. Where are you, Amberly? My heart hurts. It's so lost. Okay. Guys, we're going to do one more reading and then I think we might call it a night. If Michelle Gardner Hall will do your reading and then I think we might head out for the evening. Good. Okay. Are you good with this one, Locky?
Yeah, sorry.
Okay. All right. So, Michelle, are you here? Just let us know that you're here, and it's 11:10 at the moment. So there you go. Let us know what your question is, Michelle.
I'm going to take my nighttime tablets now. So,
Yes.
you know,
Yes.
yeah,
Yes.
now that
Do
we're
it.
finishing up. So I'll take them.
Yeah. Michelle, life has you plodding along. Life is me. Life is me, just me plodding along. Michelle, you're being given a reprieve at the moment, and it feels like you're the sort of person that needs some sort of excitement in your life in order for you to feel like you're achieving something. Very down as nothing seems to be happening. Yes, yeah, okay. All right. So okay, so they want you to understand that this has been given to you as a timeout phase in your life, so that you can understand, so that you're okay with not doing anything, so that you're okay by resting, and so that you're okay that you're not being pushed to do anything. I am trying to practice myself. I know spirit is around me, but don't stop you feeling lonely. No, it doesn't. And Michelle, being on your own, it's very hard to get used to the idea that you are on your own. When that lonely feeling comes in, you need to take off. You need to get out of the house, and you need to surround yourself with a few people. What you can also do is you can just be okay with being on your own. It's that love of self that needs to happen before your love will come in. Yes, it is okay to do nothing for a while. So if you are feeling at a standstill, it's for a reason. They're telling me that things will step up for you, Michelle, but they want you to sit in this space at the moment because it's important for you to understand that it's okay to sit in this space, because this is what you're going to compare it with one day.
It's okay, like, to have those downtimes too. And
Yeah.
one thing I just, like, I don't know if it's accepting the fact that we do have our downtimes and knowing that that's okay and it's not an issue. Like, we are allowed to be, like, upset or down, we're allowed to have those moments. And, like, sometimes we get angry when we're not an angry type of person, and then we get annoyed that we're angry. Like, so, like, don't get upset at yourself for having these emotions, because it's completely normal and natural. And you know, it's okay to feel down. So I just wanted to say that.
So this card came up for you, Michelle, and it kind of, I haven't even read what the meaning is, but this card came up for you. Meandering pathway, flow, all right? And it says, as you saunter down the pathway, you are not sure what is around the next corner, but you are relishing the moment. You gaze at the interplay of light and dark in the leaves of the tree. All is well. You know that you don't have to see that your destination. All that is required is for you to enjoy the journey. So they want you to stop and they want you to just pause and know that it's okay to pause. Yes, it takes every day as yes, absolutely. So the rest of the card is actually telling me it's a card number 24, which adds up to a 6. So I want you to check the number 6 and see whether it resonates for you. Angel number 6. When life presents you with a meandering path rather than a straight shot to a goal, you can feel frustrated. You might bemoan the fact that the path seems aimless and roundabout and that you can't see what's ahead. On the other hand, you can just enjoy the voyage. If life right now seems to have some curves, bends, loops, turns, don't despair. All is as it should be, which is what we were saying before. All is as it should be. This card is suggesting that you relinquish control of the path forward and just see where it takes you. Just see where it goes. It's okay to be where you are at the moment. You don't have to have all the answers to succeed. You don't need to know what tomorrow holds to have an astounding future. Simply sit back and enjoy the ride. You'll get to exactly where you need to go for your highest good when the timing is right. And it also says everything falls into place when you don't resist the flow of the meandering path. Allow the path to take you to where you need to go. Don't hurry or resist it. Simply let go, surrender, and enjoy the journey. So that, I think, was very appropriate for you, that this card fell out of the pack, basically, meandering pathway. And it addresses everything that you've actually asked. And for some reason, I feel like I'm stuttering with you, Michelle. So do you have some sort of anxiety going on? Do you have some sort of uh, it's not really a speech impediment. They're saying those words, but I don't think that's what they mean. It just feels like I'm stuck, and I don't want to be stuck. You're not stuck. You are moving forward. Right? Every moment you're moving forward, even if you don't feel like you are actually moving forward. And they want you to get this. They want you to understand that. It's just like we were talking before about being protected all the time. You have to believe that you are protected, and you will be. In your case, Michelle, you have to believe that you are still moving forward, even though you feel like you're not. I'm suffering with anxiety, a lot of worries. And the worries that you've got, tell me, Michelle, are they worries that are out of your control? I'm on meds for it, yeah. And that's okay. That's all right for you to be on meds for that. A lot of people were. I was a long time ago. And when I came off them, I was able to cope much better. It's just your nervous system is misfiring, and all you're doing is allowing it time and space to heal. All right, so taking meds for it is fine. What they want you to understand is it's okay to be where you are at the moment. All they want you to do is just keep handling things, just keep moving forward and know that it's going to be okay.
And those times we feel like we're not moving forward is usually when we're moving forward the most. Like it really is. And that's, yeah. And it sounds, I was doing a reading the other day and I was channeling a guide of someone's, and they
Yeah,
really just said to me, like, made me say, like, for an example, discipline is a blessing. You know, it's not to be controlled, or it's to be taught. So it's like, this is really just a blessing, and it's like
Mm.
any down moments, like life is pretty well all about pushing through the fucking shit.
Yeah.
That sounds bad, but life is full of shit that we just got to constantly push through,
Yeah.
and knowing that the hard times are what makes the good times.
Yes.
If that makes sense, it just makes it so much easier to get through the hard times, knowing that as, as the harder it is, the better you're gonna feel. Like, as weird as it sounds, but it is. And if you could be going through absolute hell right now, but in 2 years' time, you would have learnt, you would have grown, and you would have moved on. And it is.
Absolutely, Michelle. You're hiding
Mm.
your feelings from the rest of the world, and that's what you do when you're scared. You go to a corner, you stay in your house, you don't go out. You said you feel like you're going to be on your own forever. That's just something that people that are on their own deal with every day. Am I going to be on my own for the rest of my life? What is this? What am I? The idea behind all of that, Michelle, is to figure out what the lesson is behind it.
Mm. Mm-hmm.
Find out what the lesson is. They don't want you to. Okay, they're telling me that no, you're not going to be on your own for the rest of your life. This is your anxiety that is making you feel that way. They're asking you to work with your anxiety, understand your anxiety, acknowledge your anxiety, and tell it that it doesn't control you. It's the other way around. You control the anxiety.
No, right now you're not stuck in a rut. You're on an elevator, like a dodgy elevator,
Yeah.
and it's just rocking all the way up. But then once you get to the top, the doors open, and you take a forward step into like life. You
You
know?
no idea. I dream about shit like that.
Yeah, yeah. Well,
I
like,
seriously do.
yeah, I hate elevators, but like that's how I see it. I've seen it like
Yeah.
right now, life, you're not stuck in this rut. It's just that elevator that's shaking all the way up to the top. Like, and then once that door opens, you're like, oh, and then you walk out and like,
Yeah.
thank fuck for that. Like, thank God, fuck, that's over. You know what I mean? Like, so yeah, know that it's just that rocky elevator, and the doors are gonna open up very soon. It's a couple story building. You know what I mean? Like, so there's a few levels that you have to get up there,
Exactly.
but
And
yeah.
even if that elevator takes days to get up to the second floor, who gives a
Mm.
fuck? Who cares, Michelle?
One day
Who
it's gonna open.
cares?
Mm.
Okay, so I got another card for you here, and it's card number 4, which talks about healing. How appropriate again.
Mm.
Look at this. It's the bear spirit, and it talks about healing. Um, this card appears to let you know that healing on all levels is occurring for you, Michelle. And it can come in many forms. Be ready to accept it. Know as well that you are a healing force for others. So when you are at your best, Michelle, you are actually healing other people. And what this is doing for you at the moment, they're telling me, is that you will get a greater understanding of where you are now, so that you can use this in your life to teach other people about. All right. So wherever you're going in your life, this is giving you a much greater understanding, a much deeper understanding of what it is. So that is the healing force behind where you are at the moment. Um, in native traditions, the bear spirit is thought to be aligned with humans, as he can walk upright like a human. He presents the healer and the good medicine. He also bestows healing powers on those worthy. You indeed are worthy. The spirit bear energy can also represent grounding, strength, and confidence, and it activates a stable foundation to face whatever challenges appear in your life. So it is asking you to pay attention to the feelings, like we were saying before. Um, treat the emotions that you've got, treat the anxiety as a person, and it is not in charge of you, all right? It is the other way around. You're in charge of the anxiety. You're in charge of all the worries, all right? Split them. Don't let them crowd your mind, okay? Um, Michelle, do you actually do healing? Do you do healing, Michelle? Just let me know if you do healing. If it's something to do with people. If you don't, this is where you're heading. Just let me know. They want you to become more grounded. They want you to pay attention to this zone that you're in at the moment and ground yourself while you're there. Take a deep breath, they're saying. Just breathe. It's okay. I have healing hands. I work in a nursing home. Okay, all right, well, that makes sense then. And you're taking on an awful lot of energy where you work. You can't not. You're an empath. The healing energy, you're an empath. You're in the right place. You just have to understand what it is that you're going through in order for you to be a healer, to be a teacher. And that is all I have for you, Michelle. Locky?
The main vision I'm getting is them elevator doors opening. And when I said that, she said, I do feel I'm in a healing process. And I do believe, like, I just really want to say, please hold on to that and know that, like, this is the healing process. And, you know, it's just a matter of them elevator doors opening for you to be able to take that steps in confidence, if that makes sense, knowing that you're supported. So I do believe that's all happening. And I did pull the card peaceful. So that to me does say things are going to get better, you know, and the energy within you. I see this as that person looking after themselves to make themselves feel whole, if that makes sense, to make themselves feel peaceful. So it's caring for themselves to make themselves feel peaceful. And I do see that happening for you, and some really nice flow of energy once these doors open up for you. I then got the card reliable, and know that the path you're on right now is reliable. You're in a really good path, even if it seems like it or not. You're on the right track, if that makes sense. And yeah, it's really just know that them doors are opening.
Yep.
It's really, what I keep seeing for
Michelle. Just hang in there, Michelle.
Then I pulled the card peaceful again, just after I just pulled it again. So know that's that energy that's coming for you, because you have been pushing through that shit, and you have ridden that dodgy elevator that feels like it's gonna fall. You know, like you've made all that progress, and now I feel like with the ending of this year, that's when those elevator doors are gonna open up, and you'll start to notice that a lot more within the last 6 months of the year. We should try to do a pop-up.
Yes.
They're like, usually for me, that works out a lot better. Random, let's just jump on it. Like,
well, you can tell me, because as of next week, yeah.
Well, yeah. We'll sort that out.
All right. Okay, guys, we're going to I need one more love heart. I'm sitting on 29. We need 30.
Have
Come
I
on.
worked it yet? Hang on.
Have you?
I'm sure I have, but I'm double checking.
I can't do 29. It has to be 30.
Damn it, it didn't work. There it is. There it is.
There it is. There it is. Penny, 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 we're going to go. We're going to go. So, we're going to do a pop-up during the week, and Lockie's going to have to let me know when it will be. It'll probably be during the day, so you'll be up anyway. I don't think it'll be a nighttime. We tend to do a lot more work for some reason during the day. So,
Yeah.
maybe if you just watch out for the event, although there won't be an event to post because it will be a pop-up.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
We'll try and give an hour's notice.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, we'll see how we go.
That's it.
If you are leaving. Okay. All right, guys. Love and light to you. Thank you so much for coming to our live. We will do a pop-up next week, and if we don't do the pop-up, which we more likely will, we will be back on Friday on our regular evening, which is now. Okay. Yeah. So thank you, Locky, for coming on with me tonight.
Thank you for having me.
You're welcome. Always. All right, people. Love and light. Good night.